stream has started. So, last we left off, you guys had kind of scouted around a bit of Carolyn Briggs's home, and you found a means to infiltrate. And after a brief series of events, you guys were able to successfully grab a bag of holding, and also discover that Carolyn Briggs was not who she seems. You guys then made your way back to one moment.
The Happy Rest.
The Happy Rest. I remember if it was Rooster Rest. The Happy Rest, a tavern that you guys had been given access to, lodging and food to. You guys rushed in, kind of past all the current patrons, and I went to your rooms, or went to a room where you emptied the bag, to find the body of Carolyn Briggs and 2 cats.
Right.
With that, you guys then shoved the body back into the bag. You know, they plopped out like pretty heavy onto the floor. And you guys shoved them back into the bag, and that is where we left off. It has been, you guys are on technically the second day since they sent you off on this quest, with a week long being what they asked for the thing to be completed, with a bonus if you guys completed it and presented to them in 3. So, it is. I guess I'll move this closer to the evening. So it's about 6 p.m.
Let me just put that back in this bag.
Please do.
With the cats. Yep, that's why we didn't open this up in the subway. Okay.
Are we going to remember to get rid of those before we hand them to our new employer, or?
Oh, don't worry. I got a guy. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'll take care of it.
You guys hear a knock on the door. Is everything all right in there?
Just a minute. We're naked in here.
I heard a loud noise. Is everyone okay in there?
Yeah, I fell down naked. It's gross. You don't want to come in here. Just a second.
All right. If you guys need anything, they said to bring you food whenever you ask for it. So, just come on down and we can make the order, and then we can bring it to your rooms. Or
all right. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. You kind of, as you guys are kind of listening by the door, you don't hear footsteps for a little bit. And then you hear them walk away.
What is nakedness?
It's what you are right now, Sunset, except you're all metal instead of fleshy.
Sunset would look down at himself and then back up and be like, I am naked.
Yes, yeah, you should be ashamed. You got your docents hanging out. Everybody there to see.
Garth, you really don't have to be so mean to him.
Hey, someone's
No
got
one
help.
should be ashamed of their bodies. Thank you.
You know, yeah. Does it feel bad to know this? I mean, we maybe we just weren't there in this relationship with Sunset.
If I am naked now, then I prefer to be naked all the time.
See? Yeah.
It is efficient.
A Sunset, while you're pondering the meaning of nakedness, you do hear speech within your head again from Sonnet. Sunset, do you have the bag? Were you successful in your endeavors?
Yes, we have the bag and have been wildly successful.
Shit.
That's all you get hear from her.
And I'd say that out loud.
Okay.
We
Sunset's
do still have
embellishing a bit, wildly successful.
We do still have a whole nother day if we want to try for a second bag.
I'm kind of tempted by that prospect. I'm not gonna lie, Birdbrain. I mean, this was kind of, it's a magic bag, but it's, I was hoping a little bit more than a couple cats and a stiff.
Well, we could always go turn this one in and then go check out the one up at the up in the upper city.
True. Yeah, we didn't even check that place out at all.
You know, it's also kind of like a authorized bit of burglary. You know what I mean? Like you can't just go hit any mark you want. You know, you don't know who owns this place or that, but they gave us these 3 places it's okay to steal from. So, yeah, I'm open to that. But do we want to? Well, yeah, do we want to tell them that we succeeded and get that done with right now?
Well, I mean,
We-
Sunset already told Sonnet.
Oh, really? He was just talking to himself, I thought.
No, I do not talk to myself. That was Sonnet. I told her we were wildly successful.
I thought you were just commenting on the happenings of the day. I don't know how you work.
Commenting on the happenings of the day, if they have already happened, I do not understand.
Mm.
All right, so cat's out of the bag. Well, in the bag. Because the dead cats.
You get
Right.
the one, Garth. You get that one.
There's 2. Why would I not like?
Oh. The puns. Well, we can if we get a second bag before the time is even up. I mean, I don't know if they would think even more of us or not, but we could
We
either
wanna-
get it and keep it, or I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we need to tell them about the other bag. What if there's other teams out there? You know, like we're competing for this. They didn't say. Did anybody hear anything about that?
That's a
No.
fair point. Because what if it's not to say if we're not the mark of some other team? Now that they know that we have a bag.
True.
Very
They-
true.
yeah, they could have been casing the place, or they check it out now because we're so early, and then they figure, all right, so yeah, maybe we should turn this in as soon as possible.
We could turn it in and then go get the second one since we have time. I assume we'll have time.
Yeah.
Way to find out.
That would be an efficient way to brag to our benefactors. Here is
Alright.
one. Would you like another? Ha 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 ha.
So, I mean, I don't think it's mandatory that we get rid of the stiff in the bag, but, yeah, you know, I don't know. Some people can get kind of squeamish about that kind of thing, so,
Probably good decorum to.
yeah. Yeah. All right, well,
Should we tell them about Carolyn?
oh, I don't think they care. Do you think they, I don't, I mean,
they might care about those goo things. I don't know.
oh, yeah, that might be something, but, you know.
There's so we'll just tell them there's oblexes in the Fallen District. Good luck next time someone goes there.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of known, but I mean, that far up, I don't know how common that is known.
It wouldn't be entirely uncommon there in the Fallen District, just because of how much disrepair has come into.
I just don't want to sound like whiny, like, why'd you put us in harm's way? And, like, you know, yeah. I mean, yeah, it seems bad enough that we picked the easiest one. You know, yeah. I mean, Kikuid was worried about that, and now I think maybe if we do broach the subject, it's more like, yeah, it wasn't an easy old lady. We went on against an Oblex. Yeah, what do you think about that? Instead of just like complaining.
We ran away from an Oblex.
Well, yeah. I mean, we don't have to really. But we got it from an Oblex, which is kind of badass.
If I am being honest, Garth, I have never seen something move so fast so quickly away from another thing.
Yep.
So as you guys are discussing the benefit and such of what you guys are doing. What are you guys planning for the rest of the evening? It is 6 p.m. It's starting to get kind of later. It is still raining pretty bad outside.
Take a nice long sleep.
Garth
They
wants
did offer us whatever food we wanted.
Correct.
Garth wants to get rid of Carolyn Briggs, but hold on to the 2 cats for
Okay.
later tonight.
All right. So you would know of some places that you could like stash and get rid of the body pretty easily. You just have to kind of travel to. It'd probably be about 30 minutes of travel to get to where you think would be safe to do so.
Okay.
Is anyone going to go with him while he goes and does that?
Uh,
Or are you going to do that right now, Garth? Or you...
Yeah, I'm going to do that right now as soon as possible. I don't want to sit here with the
I'll
dead
help
body.
him.
Okay.
I mean, I literally don't sleep, so I'm happy to go with him.
Okay. Tyra, do you want to stay then at the inn for a bit, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay and maybe get a little food in me, and then I did get a pretty big chunk of me taken out by that cat, so I'm a little bit. I mean, I'm down a couple points on health, so if I can, just rest for the night.
Yeah, you'll be able to use your health die during the short rest to bring some health back. So we'll go ahead and we'll move with you 3 currently. As you guys are making your way through the following Garth through the city, Garth is taking you down some like strange pathings. I don't know if you want to kind of describe how you're ducking through, Garth.
Yeah, like it's not like down like straight up streets, like it's through like drainage passages that you end up on different levels, and then it's very like hard to follow, like you, yeah. And
There's like some climbing involved in some places.
Yeah.
And yeah, it takes you about it does take you about 30 minutes to get to there. And you think how are you planning on disposing of the body? Is like through something? Like where are you planning on?
So does Sharn have like, is it all magical means of waste disposal, or is there like a sewer system?
There is a sewer system that then goes into a magical means of waste disposal.
What is that? It's in the cogs, I imagine.
No, it's in varying locations. It's kind of, think of it how like they don't want the water pressure to build up too much as it gets too low.
Okay.
So basically every level will have its own sewer system. So it's close to where that's why it's about 30 minutes to get there, because it's close to where the middle city meets the cogs. But
Right.
It's not quite there. So
Yeah, because I want it to end up in the cogs where no one's really gonna care about finding a body.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
do
you'll be able
anything
to
about
go
it.
to the top area of the cog sewer, and you eventually, find its way down there.
Okay.
So you guys, Cheek It and Sunset, you follow Garth, and as you're getting closer and closer to some of these more main sewer lines that Garth is leading you to, like you do see the occasional like large pipe that comes up, and Garth, you make your way, and there looks to be like a service entrance where you just crack it open, and you just like reach in and then think of Carolyn Briggs and pull her out and dump her in, or how do you?
So yeah. He gets it all open, and
It's probably gonna need
he pulls her out.
Open. It's probably gonna need you and one other person to get her out without like.
Yeah. So we get her out, and then he's gonna say a few words in Goblin, which is like to the effect of like, your memory lives on in an obelisk, so you're not really dead, so you're still kind of alive, but this is the next best thing. Thanks for the bag, and then puts her down the chute.
All right. So you guys hear this? Those who don't speak Goblin here. And it's just like kind of violent, but also like primitive in how it sounds. And then you see like Garth is holding this mummified, desiccated body of Carolyn Briggs. Then he just like lets her go, but he seems very like at peace with it, as like she like slumps into. Go ahead and make a Garth. If you could make a athletics check for me. I forget that I can do that. Hold
I
on.
do it. I like doing it better.
21. It's very smooth. Like you don't have very much issue with doing it. She doesn't even like bump her head at all as it goes in. It's just kind of like a little right into the poop chute.
Yeah.
So you guys are made your way there. In the meantime, Tyra, are you just sitting up in your room, or are you going down to the like tavern part of this inn?
I'll go down to the tavern and chat with some people and get some information, or see what information makes its way to me.
All right, give me just a sec, because I had something up and then I closed the tab apparently when I wasn't looking.
Wow,
All right.
man.
So while you're while you move your way back into the tavern side, you do smell like there's like definitely a good smell of some meats through there, some ale, a little bit of sweet, kind of like almost like a cake smell as well in there. Looking about, it's mostly humans that you see in here, with one elf, female elf that's seems to be she seems to be having like she's just by herself at the actual main bar. She's not at a table. The rest all seem to be kind of either laughing or talking. It seems to be pretty like generic but lively tavern here.
Gonna go saddle me up next to that lonely lady elf at the bar.
Ooh.
All right. So she's as she kind of like looks over to you with a really like tired and annoyed face. She's got some brown face paint in a stripe across her face, and she's got a tattoo over her like you can kind of get going beneath her blouse a little bit on her right shoulder. Hair is actually like mostly blonde with some grays kind of poking through it, and she has like pretty gray eyes. The tattoo looks to be. Hold on, I had the house here, and I don't have the house. It's not your guys' house. I'm losing my mind here. You be better at keeping these notes. It's definitely a house tattoo.
It's embarrassing you don't just know these things, Matt. I mean, I just...
right? It's a mark of the storm, is what it is. So for House Lyander, she looks over to you and she's all and kind of dismissive. She just kind of looks over and goes, "Feeling your luck today too, eh, sweetie?" And kind of looks back towards her drink.
I'm sorry, I missed the first part. What'd she say?
Feeling your luck today too, eh, sweetie?
I don't need much luck. I just need an ale and some food. Because I know my luck's all run out for today. What about yours?
As you say that, one of the barkeeps approaches you and he goes, you said food? I've got a..." And as he tries to like say what's on the menu, she looks at the barkeep. "She was asking me a question. My day's been fine."
People really want us to eat their food.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Stay away from the lamb stew, but there's the mutton steam bun. That's pretty good. You'd probably like it.
I'll take one of those mutton steam buns, barkeep.
And the barkeep's like, doesn't know what to do at first. He's like, "Right, she was just mean, but then she's cordial to you. All right." And he's like, "Okay, I'll be right back. Do you want the garden greens with that still, or
Sure. It's been a long day. May as well bulk up on the food.
right? All right, I'll be right back. And he kind of like rubs his hands together and makes his way towards the kitchen, and you can kind of hear him shouting, "Munstein bun for the lady right next to the beach." And she looks back towards you. The elf looks over towards you and goes, "So, you say you've run out of luck today, huh? Anything interesting?"
Just the regular adventures of a bard, and you know how those go, I'm sure.
Bard, interesting. Will you be playing tonight? It's getting a bit late. Right now, it's the clock says like 6:45, but it's this is gonna be before, so it's closer to like 6:15 or so.
Well, I probably have one or two songs in me if anyone has any requests, but
You see
Prob-
that as you're talking, she downs the rest of her ale and kind of like sets it on the side, and then she turns around in her chair and kind of leans back and is listening to you.
does Milady have any requests?
Uh, you know, anything that had to do with one of those fancy songs they sang during the war, those patriotic ones, that would be great for me. Then she calls over the barkeep for another tankard of ale. At this point, the barkeep comes with two tankards of ale, one for you, and your food, and then the other ale for the elf that you were sitting beside.
Well, can I scarf my food down and just roll for performance to just perform at the bar for fun?
Yeah. So for expediency's sake, you guys have a bit more small talk. She does say that she was at one point a soldier in the last war. She was just a standard fighter. Kind of points to her mark, saying that this thing helped her pack quite the punch. Oftentimes, I know. And sorry, cats really need something. And while you're eating your food, she doesn't stare. She kind of like just kind of looks off the way as you're eating. Yeah. So as you finish, go ahead, and I will throw the request to you for a performance check.
Okay. I can do this. I'm gonna wow everybody at the bar because I'm an asshole like that. Am I allowed to say it? Oh no, I was a terrible person.
Hold on. What was that total though?
11.
11. It's not bad. It's an 11, so 10 to be average. So you're a little bit above average on the song. It's a song that you really didn't learn much that she requested. That's more of like the song she requested is why like you're not super good. You hit a couple of like abrasive chords here. You didn't get a whole lot of coin rolled towards your way. You got 3 gold coin kind of
Sweet.
placed on your on the table there.
$300.
Sorry, you're right. It's
Sorry.
3 silver.
I mean, no.
No,
You
you're
said
right.
3 gold. You said 3 gold.
I just
Get
say,
on it.
but I need to be better at that. I need to be better at it. It is 3 silver that you got.
$30.
I'm
total.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, I need you to do that because otherwise I run into where you guys are like have thousands worth of gold by
Reese's for breakfast.
Reese's.
I mean,
So,
maybe
yeah.
she got 3 gold and it's like apparent it was a mistake, but what is she gonna do? Does she take
It's
it
3
anywhere?
silver.
We've
It's
all
3
worked
silver.
in the service
Fine.
industry.
Fine.
So the however the elf is appreciative of the song. It seems like, and she seems to like close her eyes and listen to it while you're playing it. Meanwhile, Sunset,
gold
Cheekid, not 3 gold worth, no. 3 gold. Sunset, Cheekid, and Garth. You guys are starting to make your way back. Do you guys do anything else while you're out?
I think he'd hurry back.
Okay. For this whole thing, I'm going to request some rolls from you guys.
Unless you're looking for something. Garth would be on the lookout for like a goblin barber shop.
Okay.
Little,
I
little
can just let's see. It's not really like you guys aren't trying to stealth, but it's more of to see if people kind of are looking for you. Yeah, for the most part, you guys seem pretty innocuous.
Is that 222s? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys
wait.
seem pretty innocuous then in what no one seems to like kind of like stare at you for long. It's just like there's another strange group of people walking by. Give me just a bit while I see what this very needy stray cat needs.
She's not a stray.
Bodica. She ain't no stray.
Tell him that she is not a stray cat anymore. She's his freaking cat.
It's true. She's gonna get a complex if you keep calling her stray.
Can't believe you would call her a stray.
I think cats just kind of have complexes. Zuko decided after like a month of not being under the bed every day, he decided recently that that is in fact his favorite place in the house. So,
Dude, the cats still do that. They shift. Like, Bug and Reggie would just like fight constantly over who can sleep in my shirt drawer. And then yeah, it was prime real estate. We got a compromise where they both got in it, and then now they both just stopped completely, like at the same time. They absolutely hate it.
Spud, your cat's name is Zuko.
Zuko, yeah, Madagasaka.
Will you marry me?
Sorry, I'm taken to my depression.
we just
That's
started.
me. That's me. I'm in depression.
We just finished Korra, and then we're rewatching The Last Airbender. It's so freaking good.
It's just amazing. It's one of those ones I can literally watch every year, and it never has gotten old.
I don't remember Korra from the movie.
Have you ever watched Korra?
Yeah,
David?
I like
So you
Korra.
remember Korra
That's
from the
good.
movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, who was Korra in the movie?
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go kill myself real quick. BRB.
Oh my god.
It gets me every time.
Hey, can you make it a murder suicide? I just
I'll kill you after I kill myself.
yeah.
Me first, then you.
Oh god, that was a delayed
I was trying to
delivery.
do it last time you guys were talking about it, and I didn't have time.
I made you watch The Last Airbender. All right, you don't get to make that joke.
All right, so, you guys eventually meet back up with Tyra. She's just finishing up a small set, it looks like, on the stage, and is picking up some gold. You guys are there in the food area, and you guys were near the sewers and did open up a sewer grate, so you guys do smell pretty rough, pretty ripe.
Yeah, I was pretty much getting ready to immediately shower.
I guess it was raining.
Somewhere.
It's raining a lot technically right now, so you guys probably actually would have, if you guys weren't trying to avoid the rain the whole time, would have kind of
Would
gotten
it
a natural shower.
Get down this far,
Yeah, but I
or
got-
what would the water be like at this point?
You're
It's
right.
like-
It actually be even worse this far down. So yeah, you guys. Well, it's not necessarily directly from the sewer. It's still you guys still smell pretty bad.
yeah, it's like walking in the storm drain. Like
Yeah,
we're
Chicken looks like one of those rescue ducks from an oil spill.
Oh no! Quack.
Get some dish soap.
As you guys walk in, the door kind of rings, and one of the patrons there just kind of shouts out over towards you guys. Yeah, before you sit down here, could you guys just hose yourselves off, please? As he points up towards the rooms.
Yeah, I would have already been heading up there.
All right,
Where's this hose?
it's just a bathroom there.
Oh,
it's
there's the
literally-
bathroom.
Yeah, it's got indoor plumbing. It's a nice tavern.
Nice.
I've got gunk under my feathers.
It's a communal shower. Like you guys kind of have to wait one at a time for you guys to go through. But you guys are all able to get yourself showered off just fine.
That's
Garth's
good.
waiting in a towel outside.
Yeah, and
Sandals.
Sunset. Sunset would have like tried to follow, literally kick it into the shower, and it's good that it's small because otherwise he probably would have just gone in to shower with him, not thought anything of it.
Wait,
Yeah.
won't you rust if you get in the water?
So Cheeky, you see like this super tall Warforged like trying to go through the door frame to get into the same shower stall as you.
This is one of those times where I need to be alone. I'm going to be naked, as we discussed earlier, and that's kind of one of those private things.
Oh, I do not make it private myself. But I understand it. I also do not
Different.
think I can fit.
You'd be able to fit. It'd just be a little tight.
So
Maybe one day, Sunset.
Okay, one day we will shower together, and then he'll go and sit with Garth.
All right. So you guys get your showers done. Do you guys do anything else for the night or no?
Eat and sleep.
Yeah. Garth has like large patches of fur that have been like kind of hacked off with the dagger. Like, yeah, there might have been things matted to his fur that he had to like cut off. You know, like bubble gum and whatnot.
So yeah, he's like, oh god, I need to. Been a while since I've been out of the college. So,
Hey, you would have spotted a barbershop, but nothing would have been open right now.
yeah.
I'm picturing like Frank from Always Sunny's toe knife. Like Garth has like a fur knife that he takes out. It's disgusting.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
he
like
cuts
big
off
garden
matter.
shears.
Hey, Geekwood, can you get this spot back here? I think somebody hocked a loogie.
Right.
Oh no!
Yeah, I can do that for you. Oh, this is gross. Just leave like a residue on my hands too.
Well, I mean, I didn't need you to touch it with your feather hands. I just need you to take the shears and just,
Yeah, he's asking if the shears leave residue on his hands.
Oh, I mean, probably. I mean, this is all like cog gear. I mean, everything's probably like covered in like asphalt tar and.
Yeah, it all has that distinct orangish tinge to it. Tyra, you kind of like walk out to Cheekid has like a towel around his waist, and Garth is out of the shower
With the towel around his waist.
with the towel around his waist, and Cheekid's like trying to like reach up high to get the spot on the back.
And Sunset would look at you and just say, "We are not supposed to shower together."
It's okay, Sunset. Some things are weird. Cheekwood, do you need help with
Please. Please.
Okay, I will take the shears and I will shear Garth as necessary for him to get all nice and groomed.
You're gonna do the full haircut. It's gonna take some time to get.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, are you taking like artistic privilege here and like doing some hedge trimming, or are you just like, let's just get that spot?
I'll get the couple main spots that's needed, but no longer than like, let's say 30 minutes so I can go to bed at a nice early time.
Okay. I love that Peaches is not role playing somebody that stays up past a certain hour.
It's supposed to be fantasy, Peaches. Fantasy. All right.
I literally lie in bed in my pajamas on my laptop.
So, Tyra is able to help Garth with the rest of the patches just fine. And you guys go to your separate rooms and are able to sleep for the night.
Thanks, guys. It's been a while since I had a group grooming session. That means a lot.
That's what teams are for.
Yeah, I mean, you're not that good at it, but, it's the thought that counts.
It was my first bugbear trimming session, so...
Yeah, usually you get to keep all the ticks. You didn't find any, so, next time.
So, as you guys come to in the morning, it's 7 a.m., rise and shine. It's pretty dark outside. Looks like it's overcast, and probably there's still some rain that happens every now and then. It looks like it might. Basically overcast with light drizzles possible, but down here it still looks kind of duskish, and probably won't be like full blown daylight the whole time while you guys are down this low in Sharn. This is the third day. So yeah, what do you guys want to do this morning?
Did I get to recover any HP from the short rest?
Yeah, so if you want to, you can. So under your character, I believe you have D8s for HP. Yeah. So you can basically you roll one or however many you want, up to 3. But it's 1d8 plus 3 or plus 2. So if you just roll 1d8, you'll max yourself out to 24 again.
And Matt, so that UA feat that allows me to get like a bunch of temp HP. With that temp, it doesn't put a time limit on when that temp HP goes away. Would it leave after a short rest, or do I keep it?
No, temp HP stays till after a long rest.
Okay.
So you'll keep it till a long rest happens.
That's after 3 days of light activity, right?
Of light activity. You guys technically had activity on the second day.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys only do light activity today, starting from today forward, then you'd get a long rest essentially. You guys are also we're doing it from. Actually, that's how we should probably do it. Whatever, I'll think about it later. It is Saturday, last day of the week.
I guess, Matt, just for me when I'm resting, like it'd be kind of I don't know if it'd be awkward for the crew, but just for when like maybe to clarify, Matt, like I don't. It says I don't need rest.
Correct. So
the Warforged UA even goes so far as to say you don't need sleep and don't suffer the effects of exhaustion due to lack of rest in magic. Well, magic can put your sleep as normal.
Yeah. So
I'm just like hanging out, I guess, in the room, especially for these short rests. I have a long rest feat, but it's 6 hours, so I don't know how that overlays into the gritty approach to long rest. But
I'll have to look at your long rest feat to see how you're.
It's like, yeah, if I'm actually taking a long rest, then my feat says I just do that motionless and active state with my eyes open for 6 hours.
So
Yeah. So for the most part, let's see.
I just don't know if that'd be weird for the party. Like I'm in the room, but I guess I'm just awake while they're trying to sleep.
And you guys are all in your own separate rooms. Technically,
Oh,
if
okay.
you wanted to do so, since light activity is still fine during your short rest, if you wanted to go and do things during your light activity or whatnot, you're more than welcome to, essentially. So if you have to do while everyone's asleep, you can do that while everyone's trying to get some sleep.
Is this like a bar, like open 24 hours bar, or do they close on the bottom floor?
It closes at the bottom floor, like where they don't really serve food, starting at probably about midnight till about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. So yeah, you would see me. I'd be keeping a low profile, but I'd probably be in the bar, so I'm not just staring at the wall. And then I'd stare at the wall from 12 to 5.
Okay.
Pondering what great things the Warforged would ponder, such as, am I real?
Nothing happens. Oh, I rolled as if Tyra rolled that, but yeah, nothing happens.
Okay. I probably just like process concepts of nakedness all night, I'll be honest.
Okay.
To try and like form a stance about it.
You can,
is
by the way,
skin clothing?
If you highlight your character under the players tab, if you double click on their name, you can actually go to in the bottom right. You have a downtime thing where if you want to like add something in there for an activity that you're kind of doing on the downtime, you can.
Oh, nice, perfect.
To it. So if you want to like track, like if you're like trying to think of like philosophy wise of what something means to you, you can throw that in there.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Learn a new language.
Yeah, you can work that time to work on languages.
The gym cutting hobby.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. He's also I guess the other RP thing would be like, he's learning, the differences between a team, which he's quickly considering you guys his team, as we have been dubbed such, and a unit, right? Like his military units, which like the shower thing was kind of a play on that, where like as a military unit, we would just shower and, whatever, if we needed to clean our frames off. So that's why he's like learning like, what makes a team maybe with like people you just met different than a unit flow.
With organics, yeah.
Yeah, such as you don't try to get into the shower. Personal space is the thing in a team, is maybe when it isn't in a unit.
Alrighty. Garth, you said you're gonna do something.
Yeah, I want to take one of the cats and try to sneak it into Keekwood's bed.
Okay. So you're gonna wake up a little earlier than you think than Key could.
He sets an alarm for this.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Careful, I have a passive perception of 11.
I was gonna say, what's your passive perception? 11.
Total
Wow.
All right. Yeah. Where do you put this cat?
of 25. I want it, like, how does Keekwood sleep is the thing. Because he would come in there, like, how is Keekwood sleeping?
Oh,
He
man.
sleeps upside down like a bat. He's like grabbing onto the roof. I'm just kidding.
I'd probably be laying down, but I would imagine on my side or my stomach, so my wings can kind of like flail out behind me.
Because he positioned the cat to where it's like looking at him. So the first thing he wakes up is sees this cat in bed with him that's like gently tucked in. It's like frozen in this like state of
Got
terror.
an eye missed out, like popped out.
Just one cat though, not both.
Okay. So, Cheekin, as you come to, you're having a pretty pleasant dream, actually. Like, it was kind of like you kind of had a wild day before, but you got out of there successfully.
Mm-hmm.
And so like your dream is kind of such as like you're being chased by something, but you got away, but then somehow you feel as if something's still there, and then you smell something, and then you realize the smell is not in your dream, it's real. And you open your eyes and you see this right in your face, this like disgusting, like it looks like it's got mange cat is just like looking at you. It's one of its eyes is popped out and like resting
Oh god.
on the pillow looking at you.
Oh man.
What do you do?
As soon as I see it, I scream like, "Oh my god!" and back up against the wall, not realizing for a moment that it's dead. Again, not a fan of cats. And I think, do I piece it together pretty quickly? How this has come to be on my bed?
I think Garth
Give a
would
passive
want to
investigation
watch.
insight of 15 and 13.
I think
Yeah,
Garth would be hiding in the room with that natural 20,
Yeah,
like because he would want to see. Yeah.
And I would think that you would. It'll take you a little bit with a passive investigation, so you're some on the smarter side to like kind of piece together that this isn't this was placed here, not like didn't just like magically show
Right.
up.
Here, I'm gonna do a wisdom check to see if I bust up laughing.
Wow.
Another
Stoic.
natural 20.
Stoic.
Good lord.
I'm just dying. But also, like, yeah, virtue of my umbral sight. If I'm in the shadow, I'm as good as being invisible.
Visible, yeah. Yeah, no, like you have no idea that Garth is still in the room with you.
Okay. I just muttered to myself, Garth.
He's just dying. He's dying right now. But yeah, it's almost like a constitution check to just like not
You
just focus
I will
on his
say-
meditation techniques from the druids, just to not just bust out dying laughing.
Chica, you do notice a bit of a different smell than just the cat in the room at this point.
I took a bath.
Yeah, it smells like a wet dog.
You don't stay wet.
No. So unless Garth, unless you're gonna jump out and scare the shit out of Chica again, are you just gonna let Chica leave as you like kind of like hide in his room longer, or?
I'd probably get dressed and start to leave. So yeah.
Yeah, Garth doesn't know when to pop out because he's like, oh shit, he's getting dressed. Crap, that's gonna be weird. So he just stays hidden. He's just like, oh shit.
All right. So Chica leaves. A few moments later, Garth leaves. You guys all kind of meet up at the bottom tavern. Looks like they're serving either leftovers from the night before. Some of them have some like some basic sausage as well, sausage, eggs. They're advertising a pheasant burger,
Tasty.
bread. But yeah, do you guys do anything else while you're here at the tavern, or do you guys want to try to go for the other bag, or do you want to go ahead and turn in your current one, or what are you thinking?
Did we decide last night to turn our current one and then go and look for that one up in the sky, the upper district?
Yeah, pretty much. Although they might give us a new mission when we turn in the bag. But yeah, I think pretty much decided to turn in as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So you guys start making your way towards the silver tanker.
Yes.
Yes.
You guys' journey to the silver tanker is uneventful. You guys kind of, it's not super far, so you guys don't have to get any kind of a rail or whatnot to get there quicker. Does anyone want to lead the way to the silver tanker, or are you guys just kind of meandering through the streets?
I would be walking behind Garth.
Okay.
Not like directly, just I want to just watch him.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was getting rid of the cats yesterday. And one of them was gone. It's like one of them just walked out, still alive.
And I know you're lying. I know he's lying. Oh.
You have a passive insight of 13, so he has to roll. If
Well, I thought I already pieced it together.
Well,
I'd say you pieced it together, but that the cat came from Garth, but maybe not that he.
Yeah, no, he totally.
It's very obvious though.
Yeah, it's like, what if the cat is an oblex and it's a zombie and whoever touched it next, they're gonna die.
As Garth says this, he's actually walking backwards, looking at you directly.
That's really something to think about, Garth. Yeah, except it ended up in my bed, strangely enough. I wonder.
What? It was in your. That means you're gonna die.
Oh,
well, not if
I'm so worried.
Oh no, guys, I'm so worried.
So as you guys continue on this, as Garth is shouting, every now and then some people will peek over towards you. Like, once again, it's a strange group of people. They just assume the human is trying to keep everyone corralled here. And they don't want anything to deal with whatever you guys have up your sleeve.
And I'm just walking there, smiling, just kind of skipping along, listening to these lovely gentlemen.
I would kind of like bend over towards Tyra and say, I wonder if one of them got in the other shower last night.
I would put money on it, Sunset.
So you guys make your way through that red light district area and to where you guys had originally gone into the silver tankard and make your way in. The entrance of the silver tankard is it's still lit up as usual, kind of darker on the edges with more brighter light towards the middle. The stage is not currently lit. The tables have been rearranged a little bit. There's just one big table in the center now, and there's still like one or two tables off to the side. And I swear, I need more screens all the time. King, I know, right? King, Jester, and the Queen all seem to be speaking amongst one another, kind of off in the corner. Jack of Clubs is sitting at the bar while Ace is sitting there pouring him a drink, and Jack seems to be just talking a very long, drawn-out story that he thinks is going to be a joke. Jack of Clubs is a halfling.
Oh yeah, no, I got him. Okay.
So other than that, it's anything too crazy. Yeah, the five of them there. Sonnet is just kind of sitting kind of where the original table was. That table's been moved a little bit further in and closer to the wall, but she's just kind of sitting there. waiting. And as you guys walk in, she kind of like perks up a little bit and looks over towards your guys' direction, and then starts to make. Then she gets up and moves over closer to you guys. And she seems to have like a little bit more of a pep in her step. Oh, hello. It looks as though you guys were successful. Great work. Shall we present our or should I say, shall we present your discovery, your winnings?
If
Garth,
you
you got it.
Sorry, what was that? Both of you guys?
I just said, Garth, you've got it.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, so he throws the empty bag on the table.
Okay, just on that big middle table there.
Yeah.
All right. Does it still have one cat in it?
Nope.
Okay, you pull the other cat out. Good. All right. As you throw the bag out, King kind of like stops talking and looks over towards you. He goes, looks like our friends have returned early. Or I should say, just in time. Come, everyone. He kind of motions his hand and kind of does like a little loop motion with his finger up in the air. And let's sit around about the table. We have to congratulate our current recruits. And kind of like motions everybody to kind of sit down. Jack takes a little bit to finish telling his story. Then he just kind of breaks off laughing with it. And Ace just kind of, does another little like grunt at the end of it. And kind of makes his way, wipes off his hands and move around to the table while Jack is still kind of like cracking up at his own joke there. So everyone kind of sits down at the table and Jack grabs the bag, opens it up, looks at it, inspects it a little bit. He goes, and he tosses it over to Jester. Jester, make sure that's the bag of holding. Jester grabs it, looks at it. You see him wait a little bit. He pulls out, like he takes off one of his gloves, revealing a ring with a small blue gem on it, and he waves his hand over it. Kind of like some glyphs kind of pop up, and he goes, "Yep, it's the bag of holding." He tosses it back over to you, Garth. All right, that's for you guys to hold on to.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. He like retucks it in among other things.
Okay.
Yeah. Fun fact: there was a good old Oblex squatting over this thing that we had to get this from. So it wasn't no nice little old lady. It was a bit of a ooze monstrosity we had to deal with.
Diamond looks over towards you. Queen Diamond looks over towards you. He goes, and that's supposed to be our problem?
No. I was just saying, it's a fun fact. You know, it's a lot more fun than steal from an old lady. You know, yeah. Just so you know, if you put anybody in that area, it's Oblex.
Sounds like a discussion you should have with Sonnet more than with us. We simply gave you the task. Now then, let's get this show done with already. I'm tired. She's very, very prickly person. And as she kind of throws the blame over towards Sonnet, Sonnet kind of like sulks a little bit. King kind of looks over, goes, well, before we begin, anyone have anything to say before we start this up?
Why us?
Why not?
Fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
King then laughs a little bit.
Hey,
Right. Yes,
So,
go with.
we got a question. So, what about the other marks?
Marks.
Yeah, the other possible locations. Would those be free game?
The other locations were all ones sourced by Sonnet. Sonnet grabbed those on her own endeavor. So, I mean, if you want to go after those other marks, that's fine by us. You'd want to do it on your own time if you don't mind, as we do have some other plans coming up here soon. Now that you were able to complete it within 3 days, you can join in with our plans before we start on our larger project, which will give great beneficial to see how you work with the rest of us. So, I guess to answer your question, you've already sourced other bags of holding. If you want to go after them, then be our guest. He seems kind of puzzled as to why you're asking him if he can go get it, as it was Sonnet that was the one that sourced where those bags of holding were. He's very much acting as though Sonnet is not part of them. It's just part of your guys' group, not his group.
Does it bother you that I am naked, as it were?
And actually, you guys will notice, like, Sonnet is dressed in gear. She actually does have, like, clothing on and like, a long scarf. Like, she is actually dressed. She's not, naked in the same sense as Sunset. Are you asking this to everybody or just to the suits in general?
Just to the King of Hearts that's talking to us.
Okay.
It's a legitimate question.
Yeah. So King looks at you and he simply goes, "Not at all. If it wasn't for trying to keep up anonymity, I'd be in the buff all day."
Thank you.
All things aside, there's a bit more societal norms that us organics have to prescribe to. Listen, if any of them try to enforce their worldview on you, I'm sure you can take care of yourself if needed. Though, if you want to dress the part, no shame in that either. He seems to be pretty genuine in that. And what he's saying, like, he doesn't really... It's actually refreshing for you. I should say refreshing, but it's actually strange for you, Sunset.
Right.
That King is treating you just as another person, as a complete equal currently.
Okay.
He's not. He's even speaking to you like a person. He's not treating you as basically as a warforged machine.
Sweet. So yeah, he would you would see Sunset kind of light up, like his head would tilt a little bit, and he would say, "Thank you," and then he would turn to his party and say, "Dear party, not to be confused with a military unit, I suggest that we do what this man asks."
King kind of laughs whenever you say the suggestions. Well, to be fair, what I ask is not much, but what I demand is a lot. But we'll get to those points later on. So, since we're all here, actually Garth just stepped away, so we'll do a little bit more small talk.
He's back.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
He just went and got some yak's milk at the bar and...
Gotcha. Actually, you guys do notice as you guys are sitting down, Ace kind of came down after you guys, and he's handing you all respective drinks, essentially. And he's handing you, Sunset, a chip. Or it's not really, it's like a stone of sorts. And he simply goes, "If you want to feel the effects of alcohol, it's not strong, but it will give you a bit of a whirl." And then he sits down. So he kind of passed out drinks to everybody, including your fermented goat's milk again.
How fresh is it this time? Did he get, like, freshly sourced? Or is it...
It looks like it came from the same barrel that he got the first one from. So it's
Oh, okay.
a little,
Yeah. That's fine.
little worse. So, as everyone's kind of sitting down, he goes, "All right, well then, I suppose we should move on. Now, that we see that you can indeed work together, that's good. And with that, let's get this whole party on the path. There's a grand job in store for us. Now, I guess one more thing before we move on. Cheekid, you did ask why you guys. To be quite frank, it's been because you guys found yourselves in a situation in the past. You guys got yourself out of the situation and got a bit of coin out of the situation. However, you kept a low profile. Not very many people knew of the Aarakocra and the human bard during that theft of that vault cart. The
And
Ash Black sabotage. Well, you might not have been intentionally part of it. You still seem to come out on top. Motion over towards you, Garth.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And then he looks over at Sunset, and he goes, "And you, Sunset? Yeah, you know what you did. All right.
What did you do, Sunset?
Sunset would just look around, read the room, see what she said, and pop that rock. However that works.
Yeah.
Would I know how to use the rock?
Yeah, it's just a magical stone, and it has a word on it. You just speak the command word.
Got it, and then yeah. So
And as you do it, like you feel like some of your algorithms it's like someone just grabbed like a bundle of nerves and like twisted them like half a degree. And so like you're going to try to say some words. Sometimes you're a bit too brutally honest, and sometimes you're not. Like you know how basically you're drunk.
Yeah,
As if he's not brutally
You're not
honest.
smashed. You're not
right, an
smashed.
amplified version of who I already am.
Yes.
My phrase to activate it would be negative coping.
Negative coping. And then you guys see like the rock just turns to dust in his hand, one-time use.
Aww.
And so you've got a buzz essentially, Sunset, currently. And then he looks over back towards you. Chica, you had a question?
How did you find out about that? If we did such a good job of making sure no one knew.
We have our means, as he looks around to the rest of the group. We gather info. We try to find up-and-comers whenever we can. Those who sought out a name for themselves seem to do it immediately, while you guys, even after committing these things, stayed low. We appreciate that. Makes it easier for us. Passing on of a torch of past members is difficult if those who join are already known. So, with that, Jester, he nods over towards him. If you could go ahead. Oh, I guess before. There is a grand job in store for us, but we need to get some preliminaries done before we can attempt it. And
Your bonus.
we'll get to that. First and foremost, we need funding. Which brings us to our first mission. And he motioned over towards Jester. He goes, Jester, if you could be so kind for the visual aid. Jester nods, and you see him casting a spell. And a hologram / semi-apparent, but all like one single color of blue image of Sharn shows up on the center of this table, of the table you guys are around. In these, and then like pieces of Sharn kind of like break away to reveal closer to the center, and it shows a map of the center plateau. And then it's slowly rotating, and an image box appears above the map that's producing a line towards an alley on the map. And the image that is from this like line that's popping out of it, that's pointing towards the alley in central. Sorry, I keep burping. In Central Plateau is of a. At first, it just kind of looks like junk, but then as like the image kind of like gets a bit more clear as he's casting the spell, just trying to like finalize the lines and such. You realize it's a broken and smashed up Warforged. King begins to speak again. About a month ago, a Warforged was found scrapped in an alley at Dava Gate in the Central Plateau. Now, the death of someone is rarely news, let alone if they're a Warforged. No offense. But it seems as though this individual had a large sum of valuables. And Warforged don't have a next of kin to send items to. So, House Cannith is claiming ownership of the Warforged's property. However, the Warforged's current employer... gosh, dang it, I didn't fill in that line. We're still in an NPC that I got, another NPC.
Am I?
Are you?
Are we in a room, Matt? I'm still in the
No, yeah, we're all just in the dialogue thing.
dialogue scene. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's there's not like an official map.
Theater of the mind.
Make believe. There we go. All right. So, wait for me. Flies in my face. So, where was he at? Where were we at? House Planeth is claiming ownership of the Warforge's property. However, the Warforge's current employer, Balamar Morley, of where's the house go? Of House Civis, is claiming ownership as he is, as I mentioned, the current employer in quote unquote is an ownership of the Warforged.
What was
Did you
his
say
name?
The name was Balamar, Balimar, Morley, Morley.
and he was found dead?
No. That was you guys don't know the name of the Warforged. This is the guy that's the current employer, or was the employer of the Warforged that was found dead.
Gotcha.
He's from House Syphilis?
Civis,
Okay.
Sivis. Same thing though. That house is like the scribes and such.
But House Cannith is claiming.
Because they're the ones who created the Warforged. Yeah, just overall created all the.
And that's Keekwood's and Sunset's house, right?
Correct.
Yeah, from
My-
Sire, which is now the Morning Land.
What's up, Tyra?
Oh, sorry, I misheard something, but then I reheard it correctly. My bad.
Okay, no, you're good. So now we're not really one to meddle too much in politics. So while the lawyers are working this whole thing out, the Warforge's property is being kept at a secure holding facility. It then morphs to a different part of Sharn into the Dirge district, kind of in the lower area as well. And kind of on the edge, in between the chasm of the Dura district and the Central Plateau. Love that, kind of like that valley in between there. This facility is called Holstein's Holdings, located here in the stores of Dura. It's a somewhat old building, but recently had some serious renovations. So, our goal is to take that Warforger's belongings into our own possession. With that, any ideas or suggestions?
Question.
Yes.
What kind of assets are we talking about? Are we talking liquid, or are we talking like actual stuff?
One moment. Let's see. Queen, you were the one that was doing the inspection on this. What kind of funds would we be getting from here? Queen sits up, kind of straightens up her back a little bit. She's kind of like sulking a little bit in the back. Sits up and kind of like looks around and goes, "Yes, fund-wise, seems to be several dozen, at least, ingots of electrum. Several, last I remember on the item count was about 11 or so scrolls of unknown, likely magical. Two ingots of gold, a platinum ingot. Let's see. There was a small rod of some sort. That's about covers it. There might have been more. That's just what I gathered. There was quite a collection of both raw funds and magical valuables within this vault.
Jesus Christ.
So,
if you don't mind me asking, how did you get to see all of that? How did they let you see into their piggy bank like that? Whew.
Diamond looks at you, and you obviously you can't see any of these guys' faces, but like how the head like kind of like comes to like a sudden like dropping stop towards you, looks annoyed, and then she just rises up her hand, clicks her finger, and then she turns. First of all, she turns completely invisible, and then you hear another snap, and then but the snap you hear is like behind you. And she simply goes, "I have my ways." And you feel a small point in the back of your neck.
Oh, wait. No offense. I'm not doubting your abilities. I'm just, if you can get in there, maybe we can use that as a way of ingress. I'm just trying to get all the angles, if you know what I mean. Cool trick.
Everyone else, to your guys' perception, Diamond never left her chair. She's still sitting there. It is just Garth that where she disappeared and is somewhere behind him with a knife in his neck.
Yeah, he's just suddenly like real apologetic.
So,
is there any music playing, Matt?
No, there's not. I'm sorry.
Okay. No. I mean, in the bar.
No, there's not because I'm not playing music here either.
Okay. So Sunset would just kind of be like peculiar. He would speak in Goblin.
There's some silly music.
Yeah, so I'm just saying we got confirmation that that's what it is. No surprises.
Yes. Queen is very good at information gathering. So, with that, anyways, yeah, sorry about that. So with that, Ace kind of clears his throat. He goes, there, we may be able to find architectural plans of sort, maybe. Break into a building, find plans, see if there's any kind of weak spots or vents or sewer drains or something we can access to get in past the area. King's then like nods and motions over towards Jester, who then like writes this kind of like bullet point in the air on this illusion that he's placed on the desk, on the table. I mean, good. Yes. Anyone else have any ideas of ways we can make this easier? We need to get in and out with as little casualties as possible.
Oh, so the idea of like blowing up the building next to it to make everyone evacuate and then going in is not a good idea?
He thinks for a little bit and then he smiles and he goes, "It's a bit too flashy for just a funding run. Not a bad idea, but we'd like to save some theatrics." As you guys are speaking in Goblin, correct?
Yeah, just kind of whispering things in Goblin, which is, very muttery language as is.
Yeah. Do a... I'm gonna have you both roll, if you could, a stealth check to see how well you can keep it under your breath. 14. I gotta request
I don't.
Why am I getting a stealth
I
check?
don't roll.
sorry, I don't know. It's throwing it to everybody. I gotta fix.
Oh.
I gotta do it so it doesn't.
Well, I'm speaking Goblin real quiet. So quiet, nobody can even hear it.
It fits that I would roll a 1 because I'm drunk.
So, so you say that, and King just kind of like snaps his finger. Everybody, please, we need everyone's help here. Like, just because you recruit doesn't mean your opinion's any less valid.
I think a couple of us are able to change the way we look, so we could. I'm assuming there's guards at this building. We could either kidnap or kill these guards and take their place to kind of work our way in.
All right, so yeah, we can do guard replacement using magic. Let's see. Gesture that speaks up. Yeah, to do magic, we'll have to take out the sensor in the area, which, to be quite frank, I prefer if we take out the sensor in the area anyways, in case something goes haywire. The sensors in those areas and the lower area of Dura are faulty enough as it is. We can take it out or break it or even just jam it for a little bit and no one would be the wiser.
What if we disguise, like, if could we figure out who the lawyers were and disguise ourselves as like the lawyer from House Kenneth and the the
House Civis?
More,
House Civis?
yeah, Morley's lawyer, and pretend to go in there to look at the stuff to help to better help our clients divvy it up, or who decides, who gets it, and then just go in as the lawyers.
That seems... No, probably wouldn't work out. This case is going to be more of a... This case is less about the valuables of the Warforged and more about what do the Warforged, like how are the Warforged going to be treated here on. We're more thinking of precedent of what this case is going to bring about than the actual valuable, without they even care. This is a heavy political... I don't care about what's in it. It's more of... It's kind of another extension of who owns the Warforged, which we don't want to be any part of, as we feel both sides are likely incorrect.
Well, yeah, but just using the lawyers' faces to get in, because wouldn't they have access to it? Maybe without having to kill the guards?
Not necessarily, no.
Tyra, I do have morals. Murder is one thing. Pretending to be a lawyer.
Fair enough.
Jack laughed at that joke.
Yeah.
I like this guy. He's got some fight to him. He then looks over toward Jack. Looks over towards you, Tyra. He goes, "It's an admirable idea, but I think probably the better thing to do would be more of, if you want to get in without having to kill anybody, we could try to dress up as some kind of a maintenance crew of sorts."
I also considered the fact that we could pay someone to kidnap a couple of guards and they would never have to see any of us.
Yeah, but
They don't have to die. They just have to be held somewhere.
Do we not want to spend money trying to get money?
Fair.
If possible.
Well, we're talking, pennies on the... Or pennies. We're talking silver on the platinum here.
That's
Spend a couple of silver here and there to get a lot of platinum. That's not too bad of a deal. You got to spend some money sometimes. That's
before we spend time, cracking our heads on this case, maybe we should decide our cut before we decide if this is worthwhile or not.
Just about to ask if we would know how much all this that she spoke of would be worth.
What she spoke of with like the ingot of gold that's like an ingot is about, I think it's
500 in my calculations before, but I just did 500 for one ingot just to make math easier.
That's for the Electrum though, correct? Not the gold.
No, Electrum was like 250, and I just to make that easy.
Okay, I can't. I'd have to do math on the outside of this. I don't have.
We just know it's a lot.
It's a lot. You guys, essentially, what you guys were kind of promised was at minimum 200 gold apiece for you guys.
Yeah, which is tons, man.
And you guys would get, as we kind of discussed in the letter, after everything's said and done, you guys would get at minimum 200 gold. If there's more than that, then we'll be able to toss some aside here and there. There is going to be a much larger fund where a lot of this material is going to be going towards. But
20 grand.
As we said, you will be getting about 200 gold yourself. So
And that's okay. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, Yes, Tyra.
How many people are we having on this job? Is it just us four, or will you guys be joining us?
We'll be joining you for the final job.
This is not the final job.
No. Our first... we'll be joining you for this... For the funding run. For any kind of prep, we'll divide and conquer as needed.
Okay, so...
So they'll be there for stealing the funds as well. But if you guys do any kind of like other things like building plans or grabbing disguises. That's gonna be a divide and conquer type thing.
Okay, well, for the funding run in particular, we had the idea of the guards, but also of like a maintenance crew. Why not split up and do both and, come in from both sides? So, if a guard happens to discover a fake maintenance crew, then a guard, one of our people, could take care of that particular issue. So we'd have people on different sides of it.
That could work.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, we could either get, if we can't get both of the crew in there as either side, then we can also do some mind bewitching if needed. He looks over towards Jack of Clubs. He goes, Jack, could you see about seeing which side would be easier for people to get into? Jack goes, yeah, I'm on it. He kind of pulls out his own little notebook, starts writing on it.
Now,
Question.
Real quick, I believe Cheekin was first, Garth. If you don't know,
Okay.
So Queen, do you know in your scouting what kind of barriers we're going to have to getting past? What we have to get past in terms of physical barriers?
Physical barriers. There is. So, Jester, if you don't mind, and Jester, if you can kind of just build this as I describe it. Jester goes, I'll do my best. You're not the best with words. And she describes the building is kind of on a corner of one of like the bigger towers there at the base.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's got a corner entrance going in with a loading entrance on the west side. She says that the first floor of this building is just kind of office space more than anything. Office space, it's got like a small little break area. But the loading dock on the side, which is also accessible from the front door area, goes to an elevator, which then goes to from what she's able to see without getting too close, is likely 2 or 3 sub-basement floors.
Okay. Are there any gates or any
Animals?
Yeah, that's fair as well.
So animal
Beyond the actual vault itself.
The elevator is the only thing that seems to have like the major kind of security to go down that she's able to immediately see. Like magical wise, there is a magical sensor in the area. It's in a different building, but from what she gathered, it shouldn't be too hard to get to disable it temporarily or even.
Does it prevent magic or does it like?
It detects magic in the area. It just detects magic in the area.
Okay.
And so these sensors, this sensor, she goes, it likely can detect first level spells and higher. There's been a mage right in the area. They generally don't say when they're working on these things because of security reasons, but I followed a mage right come to this area a couple of times, and it's likely working on the sensor, so the sensor may even be down right now.
I think we still should check on that, obviously.
Definitely.
Jester speaks up. There's also, I mean, we can also get devices or tools to help us break in. We can get some non-magical knockout gas grenades. If we're feeling really fancy, I think I know of a place that might be selling a laser, like a lensed torch that we can use to try to cut through some metal or whatever for a little bit. The lens torch will likely set off the sensor if we use it, but it's relatively quiet. It's hot as hell, but it's relatively quiet.
What about illusions?
I have found that gas grenades work much better than illusions. They are one of my favorites.
No, why not both?
Que no los dos?
Yeah, as they say in, halfling. Por qué no los dos?
Oh no!
Cannon.
I when yeah, when I think of halflings like having South American Latin culture, I believe that in the fondest of terms. I hope anybody
I know it's not being disrespectful.
having lived in South America for some time, they are the closest thing we will come to a shire. Is in the best way possible. Okay.
I love the Shire.
So I completely lost train of thought of what was
Illusions, yeah. Like,
Illusions, yeah.
Garth was asking about if,
If we got, so we make an illusion that looks like the stuff we steal, so they don't know about it for a while. What about the
can help with
feasibility of that? Or just spitballing, but
It's definitely a good idea.
a little outside of my wheelhouse, but I've heard of that kind of thing.
None of us here would be able to cast the spell as an illusion magic is definitely like a work of artistry. And artistry, everyone, knowingly or not, leaves their mark. So we'd have to find some other means, whether a device produced by someone else or something like that, to create this illusion for us.
Well, not like a long-term one, just one that lasts, give us enough time to get away in case someone checks in on the stuff.
I'm sure. One moment. Ace, you've worked at one of these kind of facilities before, right? Yes. They don't look in vaults. It's bad for business. Vault door closes. Vault door stay closed until it needs to be opened again.
Okay, yeah, just,
They don't ever scry on it.
There's scrying. It's difficult to scry on these things, as they're often kind of buried in several layers of stone and metal.
Good to know.
Yes, with that, Jester then speaks up. Yes, with that said, the magical sensor that they have outside, it likely doesn't penetrate all the way down into the vault, but as this is a vault, they probably have a sensor of their own within it, so we'll have to keep an eye open for that. If they have one, it's probably located on their architectural plans.
Would the sensor be able to pick up the bag of holding?
No, it's more for spells cast for activation of magic rather than the magic that is currently present. Otherwise, knowing vaults, that thing would be screaming all the time.
So, if we shouldn't have to set off any alarms as long as we don't use any magic down there. Then we can just shove it all into the bag of holding.
Yes, or if we disable the alarms, we can, or the scryers to begin with.
what about
watching the scryers?
Yeah.
magic that has already been cast and we walk in under enchantment?
Should be fine.
So it's only the casting of it.
Yes, it's the expenditure of the magic to put the things in place.
Good
It's
to
actually
know.
it's actually rumored that that's how the glass tower was toppled. They cast all of their guises beforehand when they went in. So
Very good to know.
Should
But that means it'll have to be real quick.
Yeah, under an hour for me.
So we have a couple of ideas. Jester, you're real keen on getting architectural plans then? yeah, I think that'd be for the best. Queen. Jester looks over towards Queen. Should we keep you on stakeout duty? Anyone else want to go on stakeout duty with the Queen?
What district is this in again for architectural plans?
This is Dura District in the stores area.
How posh is that?
Not
Okay.
at all.
Yeah.
It's where we face the Obelix, isn't it? The same district.
It's actually right next to it. To be honest with you, you guys are in the Fallen area of the of Dura.
And we're going northwest to the stores.
Yeah, just northwest of the stores.
I'd be
Oh, this isn't sharing.
willing to accompany you on the scouting stakeout.
Same.
Has observer, so why can't the stream see it? Sorry, I'm trying to show it to the stream too, but it's not popping up.
I'm happy to do whatever. If you need me to go in and get stuff, if you want me to stand outside on the street corner and distract the guards with singing and dancing so they're looking away from the building, just
we need people talkers.
you tell me what you want me to do and I will do it.
I am feeling so good. I would love to dance to your songs.
I tap a little beat on the table.
All right, so we can do a little scouting session in general then.
You see Sunset as he kind of like gyrates his hips like extremely precisely. It's not natural at all. It's like
just right to a precise point.
Yes.
The next precise point.
Yeah. Like think Conan O'Brien, like, but
yeah,
perfect actually, absolutely inhuman execution.
Sexy.
0.025 meters. 0.025 meters.
All right. Then, personally, I like the idea that who was it that had the idea of the sleep grenades? I love that idea. I, however, love a good snooze and a nap, so to not be susceptible, I'm also going to be looking for some form of a mask. On top of the usual dig. In case we need it. So, I'll look into it. You guys want to do the steakhouse? Not the steakhouse. Jeez, I'm famished.
Did you say steak?
I'm not actually hungry. That was just a battle play on words.
I'm starving.
So
he's just procuring the means. I guess Sunset would make a lot of sense. Like everything discussed, he would fit in the most with the gas grenades. So
okay, he would tag along with Keen for the gas grenades and such.
Yeah, or at least certainly once we're ready to use them, that's where he'd want to be.
Okay, yeah, he's looking out at a means to go out and actually like purchase them.
Okay.
So, purchase them, and then also basically a gas mask to not be affected by him. You obviously can't be affected by him, but
yeah,
they do more than just fog the area. They actually,
the gas grenades will they're knockout. It's knockout gas.
Oh boy,
it'll do this. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is.
I don't know.
Nope, that's not it.
Stop hiding it from him. It's not funny.
Stop being so mean to me.
Where did it
It'll
go?
do this.
Ooh.
My screen.
Oh.
Very
Not
nice.
Screen.
So like it'll fill up an area essentially. That's actually a lot bigger than what it should do, but
I'll fill up your area if you know what I mean.
Anyways, so all right. Anything else? Jester then pipes up and goes, yeah, I'd like a little bit of help with grabbing trying to grab some of those architectural plans. If one of you or two of you guys don't mind, at least. Kind of like pointing.
I thought that's what we were staking out. Was the
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh.
No, staking out the actual warehouse was the stakeout.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
I can help with the architectural plans if Jester needs a hand.
Yeah, he's asking for at least two people to join in on that. Queen's just saying she's just gonna, stake out the area since she's pretty invisible.
All right, I'll help with the plans. I can do a little snatch and grab.
As you change from doing the stakeout to the plans, you see Queen kind of relax a little bit, like, thank God that bugbear's not coming with me.
Queen's the one that almost stabbed me in the back of my neck, right?
Yeah, she's just been a real jerk to everybody. She's the one that also noticed when you came in and told you to go the other way, and so you went the other way.
So no one's doing a stakeout except her.
Yeah,
right?
Queen's the only one that's doing the stakeout.
All right.
So, with that, King goes, anything else that you guys might have in mind or thinking that you guys want to attempt to do before all this?
Oh, it's been a while since I've been topside. Any of you guys know a good Dakani barber around here?
Oh yes, King actually speaks up here. Looking for a barber. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what do you use? I mean, you probably got special needs. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I know exactly what you go through. Hair might not. This hair might look smooth, and he kind of like pulls his hood back a little bit so you can see more of his mane. Like, but this just gets tangled all the time in this mess of a hood. He then mentions a barber shop it's actually in between the middle and upper plateau. He goes, listen, it looks like a posh place. When you walk in, you'll feel right at home. Just trust me. And he gives you the name of the Lonely Stone barbershop.
Really? Do they do mani pedis with talons? So you need some special tools to work with. You know, well, I mean, you can relate, but I mean, it's a little different. You know. He pulls out like you know his big nasty goblinoid foot that's like there's literal talons, not nails coming off the ends there.
Yeah, King then like protrudes, like he flexes his paws for the long claws to come out. It's like, trust me, they do wonderful work.
All right.
Do you think King would let me pet him?
Is this like an outside question you're asking? Like, or are you like asking someone at the table?
Oh, no, that would be a dumb question to ask people at the table.
Roll an intelligence check.
You say, now to it'd be insight. Roll insight to see if you would be happy with being pet. I guess I can.
Oh.
Okay. Natural 20.
Plus, my insight is
I was
plus
just
3, so 23.
wow.
23 for the total. You get the semblance that. So insight-wise on King, you get the semblance that he is very much the mouth for the suits. He probably is able to put on a persona to make people like him in general. And you kind of get the idea of where he got the tagline, the King of Hearts. However, you also kind of assume that jovial nature that he puts forth to win people over does not necessarily mean he is open to approach in that respect.
Yeah, so he's the King of Hearts because he'll smile as he tears out your heart.
Kind of, yeah. Like he's and make you smile about it while it's happening, type of thing. He can charm his way. He can make you smile as he's cutting your heart out. Yeah.
I wasn't requesting a roll, by the way. I'm sorry. I was just making a joke.
So, I love all this gibberish in the in-character chat that that the viewer can't see.
I can't read it either, so
Yeah, it's all in Goblin, isn't it?
yeah, I only speak Dwarvish and Common.
All right. So, there's a little more discussion trying to finalize some avenues and some ideas here and there. Do you guys have anything else you want to bring up to these guys while you're at it, while you're here?
Do you know how much security is usually kept at the sensor locations?
Sensor locations, it's generally just one guard at those, but they have like a panic button if anyone gets too close. So the guard like can hit the panic button and then like doors lock, and it's kind of like those shops where then like the door locks on both sides, like the person who like came after him also can't leave.
Gotcha. Good to know.
So like if you screw up trying to grab it, then or do something with it, then you could be trapped until actual law enforcement arrives. Part of the stakeout that Queen is going to do is to see like how soon reinforcements arrive if an alarm is triggered. So eventually, you guys will have that information. Kind of going through, you see King kind of like discussing with everything. He goes, "Well, if all goes to according to plan, once we get everything in place, well, let's just hope we do it before the 20th, because I would like to be alone during that time." The other ones, all the other guys just kind of like nod in agreement. The 20th being the
Day of
day
morning.
of mourning. Yeah, they want to complete it before that day.
Yeah, I'd probably want to be alone too.
So, some more of the discussion kind of goes on about and kind of nailing some more things in. And were you guys were all going to go do the architectural plan theft. So before you guys start to before King dismisses everybody, he goes, "Oh, and before you head out, or I should say before you really get going, make sure you make a stop by. Hold on. Stop by the Cross Shield. Make a stop by the Cross Shield, actually.
The cross
It's,
shield.
The Cross Shield, yes. It's owned by a male dwarf. He owes us a favor for some things in the past. He'll be able to get you kitted with a couple of things if you need be. Nothing super fancy there, I'm afraid, but you can get you with some cleaner gear if needed."
And that's crossed like CROSSED.
Yeah, CROSSED Shield. And he kind of goes on to say, like, he can get you guys some weaponry if needed. Likely won't be anything magical there, unless you guys are willing to spend coin to get it.
What's his name?
He just said male dwarf. He didn't say the actual guy's name.
Gotcha.
Are you going to ask him for the name, or?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, Sunset would like, I guess make sure no one's immediately around him and take his two short swords out and swing around a bit and say, "Thank you. That is most kindness. I found these implements of death wanting."
As I see. Well, hopefully Alberish will be able to help you out there. At this point, you got a name of Alberish, Alberish. He generally deals more with the armor side of things, but you should have some form of weaponry as well. Might have some oils or some other things there. Should you guys go stop by?
Let's go shopping.
I guess before we leave, go for it, Tyra.
Oh no, I need some armor, so after we leave.
Yeah, so it sounds like he's put in a word to this blacksmith to be able to get stuff for you guys, and that this blacksmith will either make deals with you guys or even just straight up give you guys some items to get moving here. So King then claps his hands. As he claps his hands, the illusion on the table fades. And with that, I am in dire need of a rest. I'm tired. Anyways, I'll see you all in the future. And with that, like, the rest of them kind of get up and kind of make their way. As you guys look around, Queen's already disappeared. Without a trace, and Sonnet's just kind of sitting there, like, hands on the table, not really sure what to do at this point.
Sunset would approach Sonnet and ask, "Do you like your clothes?"
Sonnet looks up towards Sunset and goes, "Yes, they work quite well for me. Thank you for asking."
"They look good if I knew how to look for them."
Are you flirting with Sonnet?
No, he's trying to reciprocate her
Okay.
her response.
Garth is gonna
He
nudge.
wants to know
Secret and be like,
Yeah.
they're. Are they gonna make little warforged? Is that how they make warforged?
I can assure you it's not.
Would Sunset hear that?
What's Sunset's passive perception?
14.
14.
Well,
Yeah, he'd hear. He'd definitely hear it.
So Sunset would kind of turn around and say, "Unfortunately, we have yet to find a means to reproduce. You could say we are going extinct."
Sana actually pipes up and goes, "It's actually illegal for us to create more. As for my clothing, this helps me blend in when I'm moving about on the streets."
That is useful. I, for one, think that it is fucked that we cannot create more.
Fuck.
He's a little drunk.
Yeah. Sana like notices that and she's all, agreed. So you guys are going for the lost my mind a little bit. You guys are going to go for the architectural plans, correct?
Yes.
I will see what I can find out to give you guys aid in that respect. Good luck out there.
Oh, Sonnet, do you know any places where we can get some good Warforged size clothes for Sunset to try on if he wants to?
She sizes up Sunset and goes, I would recommend anything that a Goliath could wear. Should work with him.
Big and tall Goliath star.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah.
Thank you, Sonnet.
Yeah, you can. We're about the same size. We can. Yeah.
She looks over towards you and goes, proportions seem to be a bit off.
Yeah, but I mean, like, we'd be in the same section, you know.
Short sleeves for you would be long sleeves for him.
Yeah. Like I'm the literal definition of a knuckle dragger. Like when I went Zephyr Strike, like I was doing like hand, leg, like monkey, all fours running.
You're holding on to your great club with your teeth. No,
Yeah. Something like that, or like with one arm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing the whole like I touch the ground constantly,
especially in a sprint. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sunset would tag on to what she said and look at Garth and say, I am designed to be sleek and smooth and fast in the wind to support activities on the battlefield. I do not know if you were designed.
The fastest thing you ever saw, right? You said that earlier.
Of things moving away from other things, yes.
Yeah, which is usually how you judge distance.
By the
how
way,
fast one thing moves from an... never mind. Whatever. Okay.
The one on the stairs was a cat and not part of...
Oh, excuse me. I want to stay and fight off all the obelisks in the city. Yeah. Oh, that big scaredy bugbear.
You hear Jack shout over to you guys, get a room, will you? We're trying to have a game of cards over here. And it looks like him and Jester are back to playing a game of cards of some sort.
Who wants to go shopping?
You guys can go shopping.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would tell Sonnet, thank you for your assessment of clothes.
Anytime. Though, as many have mentioned, clothing is not required for Warforged. At least not yet.
Yes, I was up all night contemplating the concept of nakedness.
Though, if you would like to blend in better, it does help.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So
I love Sonnet. Sunset's conversations.
They're very dry. It's
yeah.
Well, it's peak efficiency. Get what you need to say out and just say it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like my first time texting a girl.
Good way to put it. All right.
Maybe that's why I'm single. I'm a robot.
I know why I am.
Hello. Hi, David. How are you? I am great, thank you. Period.
Do you require intimacy?
Yeah.
What is your concept of nakedness?
Fellow human. Does what you see please your eyes?
Look what I can do. does a really garbage dance.
Yeah, yeah.
I showed you my exposed exoskeleton. Please do not laugh.
Please be- I, I showed you my bad place. Please respond. Please respond. Hello. Hello.
My
Hello.
bad, please.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
So, no, you're good.
Nah, you're supposed to do it.
I want to make sure this is a long campaign, everybody.
Yeah, you guys have fought one thing. We're on our 4th section. You guys have fought
Next
one thing.
episode, Sunset puts on pants.
We're gonna get the shopping out of the way right now. So, you guys make your way towards the cross shield. The cross shield is located still, also here in the Tarn. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind here.
Red light district. Oh shit.
Now you've done it, and it would be a Dragon Eyes. It's going to be located over. Actually, might be located one place higher. Yeah, you guys be heading towards Upper Sharn. Still in Tavik's Landing. You're going to the Copper Arch, which is where. Sorry, a lot of the more professional and not just straight up shops, but more of like specialized shops, like people who have a very are very specialized in what they do. Essentially, very very skilled labor type stuff. Let's see. Let's roll one of these things real quick. See if anyone decides to get in your way.
Does Garth draw any weird looks up here?
That's what we're about to do. And yes,
Oh, shit. Knew we should have got a haircut.
it was actually on the way to the haircut as well, to the Lonely Stone Barbershop. So, as you guys are walking, a couple of guards actually kind of stop by and actually go, "Halt! What brings you guys over to this area?"
Haircut and some new clothes.
Yep. I'm pretty shaggy.
Is another guard kind of shows up right beside him, kind of sniffs a little bit. What's that I smell? Is that oil? Are you leaking? Look, talking towards you, Sunset.
No, but this one did just drink a whole lot of fermented goat's milk.
Yep.
And,
He's like not going to take him seriously, right? But just
Yeah.
pretend like he's not being racist.
And the first one goes like, "Yeah, let's tell you what." And he looks over and he tell you what, you know what? Let me apologize for my friend here, and looks over towards the other guard, and just punches the other guard right in the mouth. The guard's bleeding from his mouth, and like the first guard like shakes his hand a little bit, and he looks over towards you, Sunset, and he goes, "No, why would you hit him?"
Mm.
Oh shit.
Are we gonna kill these guys?
You guys are in the middle of a crowded street, and some people are starting to watch.
Garth is gonna kind of like back away into the shadows if he can.
You see, he's like, no, hold on, you're an accomplice of this. Warforged, why'd you hit him? You know, how about this? I'll look the other way if you, I don't know. Listen, I'm easily blinded by cold and money. It's so bright in my eyes. So, what do you say?
I would
Pay
like
for
to
this
point
poor
out
man's injuries.
Is there a way we can make like fake gold?
Kind of like
Certain
a-
wizards can do it, but
Maybe some illusion spells.
A transmutation wizard could do some shit like that.
he's just holding his hand. I was like, he's gonna need someone to pay for his medical bills. Yeah, the guy's off to the side, going like, "Jesus Christ, Rich, that hurt like hell."
Bridge.
And the guy's like going, "Simply your presence here hurt him. Please, any bit of coin for the poor guards here."
I would look at the guy talking to me and disregard him, look back over at the guy holding his mouth and say, "That is fascinating that you can only take one punch before complaining. If I were to have punched that man, I guarantee you that his heart would no longer beat."
These are simple guards, by the way. These guys are hitting well above their belts, but they're using their position of authority over you guys more than like their actual like capability, if that makes sense.
Sir, I would like to point out to you that you do have 3 other witnesses here that would speak against what you've said. And
then he
2 of us
looks
are members of House Canis, and I don't want to have to mention anything to them either.
And he looks out and he looks around and he goes, "Well, I have dozens." And
Are
yeah,
people watching?
there's people watching. And at this point, you can actually see he's got a dragon mark as well on his arm, but you don't know exactly which mark it is. There's not enough of it shown. So he's part of a house as well.
How much damage did the guard take?
You can't really. I mean, it's enough to make his mouth bleed, but it's
Okay,
not like
if
a
I
fatal
cast
wound or anything like that.
healing word on him, would I be able to fix that problem? And then there'd be, it's like, well, who hit him? He's healed, so.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, if you want to try to cast healing word, you can.
Passive aggressive feeling.
Yeah, so that's 1d4 plus 4. D4.
So 7, I easily like heals up his wound. You actually see like you didn't notice it at first, but you actually see like a tooth kind of like start to grow back, and he's like, ow, 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 ow. And he goes, while the first guard goes, "Just because you've paid for your crimes doesn't mean the crime didn't happen. Gold."
So then Sunset would turn and he would turn his shoulder and take his hand and point to his SD-C model number on his shoulder.
Okay.
And he would try to intimidate him and say, "Now that we have been nice to you assholes, I would suggest letting us move on before I murder you for real."
Oh, he's still drunk. Oh, shit.
Yeah, he is. Roll for intimidation at advantage.
Garth is still going to try to, like, slink away and hide. Is there any action I can do to, like, try to duck away into some sort of
I guess I can
alleyway or something?
Yeah. And then can I roll to persuade too and just be like, "Look, we've healed you. You probably don't really want to."
Yeah, we'll see where Sunset goes with his.
Oof.
It's all right. Because of who you are, it's the DC is also lower. We'll say just because of how weak these guards are. You start to say that phrase, and like he starts to get all smug about it, and then you show off your emblem, and then he's like, "Oh shit, that's where I've seen one of these things before." And you see like a little bit like flash of anger, and he goes, "Fine. We'll remember though. Be on your way." And they just kind of push past and actually like brush past you guys and hit you as they like walk in between your group, but they do leave you guys alone.
Once they've walked a little ways, I would like to use my mage hand to kind of undo a belt buckle and pull their pants down.
Okay. Do a sleight of hand check. As they're walking away, the whole crowd kind of like, you can feel the tension like release as the whole crowd just goes like, like, good. We didn't have to see someone just get absolutely wrecked.
Can I roll to do sleight of hand too to try to cut their purse strings or something? Because I'm a dick.
26.
26. Yeah. So before that, go ahead. Yeah, if you want to try to like kind of pull out like a small knife as they walk by to try to cut. Let's see. Yeah, you'd be able to see easily like a string poking out for like a coin purse. So yeah, if you want to roll a sleight of hand for Tyra, that's that stream view. There you go.
Do good. Oh shit, never mind.
Man, my thing is showing things super slow. What was that total? Oh, 10. There we go.
Yeah, it was not good.
So they don't see you pull it out because like they're just trying to get out of the area because they realize that they're probably they kind of didn't realize that all of you guys were together more than anything. Kind of just thought like Sunset was alone, and then whenever you spoke up and other people started speaking up, they're like, "Oh shit, these are all together," and that's a search and destroy unit. We should just leave. So they don't notice that you tried to cut the purse strings. Cheekid, you successfully. Who were you going for?
The one that was trying to get money from.
For Rich.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you successfully. Like he's kind of like the other guy beside him is like, I told you not to go after them. Like just because he's a warforged, just like they're trying to like arguing as they're going through the crowd. And you just hear this as Rich like trips as his trousers fall down, he falls on the ground, and then everyone starts laughing that area. So like, but they have no idea it was you that did that. So
Nice.
The rest of the travel towards the blacksmith is uneventful. You guys get there. Is there any specific type of weapon you guys are looking for? Essentially, you guys would be able to get any kind of
Is there any weapon that like insta kills people?
If you're looking for magical items that would be there,
Do you have any shotguns?
just double barrel, triple barrel, any of them really.
Do you have any 50 caliber mounted machine guns?
Can I get a shoulder mounted railgun, please?
I'm assuming I cannot afford any magical items with my whopping 18 and a half gold.
Likely not.
Oh yeah, no, I was under no illusions that I'd be able to. What does he have though? Just out of curiosity.
He has a couple of interesting things, but I need to pull this table better because I suck at it. So let me just.
So yeah, like Sunset, the party would have definitely noticed. Like he would have, had a little chipper in his step after that you guys didn't. Well, with the exception of Garth, he probably may have noticed he tried to sneak away. But he would have been grateful for the party not.
No one
abandoning
braced
him.
against my house members except me.
Right.
And it's just like, we may not be a military unit, but we are a team. We all have a goal in mind, and we're not going to let anybody screw with our teammates.
Yeah, I was getting ready to let loose on that guy, but I'm glad it didn't come to that.
We appreciate the support, Garth.
We saw you getting ready to pounce.
Well, yeah, I got methodology,
Yeah.
which you guys have not seen, and he just like completely did look like he was trying to like run away. So yeah, your assessment is not unfounded.
You were as ready to pounce as that dead cat in my bed.
Yeah, you should get that
Still a
looked at.
mystery how that ended up there.
Yeah, it really is because it was dead, and then it's in your bed. I mean,
It's almost like it came back to life, walked into my room, for some reason, my room, opened the door somehow again, climbed onto my bed, and then died again.
that seems pretty logical.
And it's also weird how this dead cat smells like a wet dog. Bizarre. I can't piece it together.
So as you two are conversing, there's this male dwarf just in front of you, just kind of like he's holding a blacksmith hammer. And he was planning on eating it, but he's just like waiting for you guys to finish. He goes, "Y'all done?"
Yeah, I guess.
How can I help you? My name's Alberich. How can I help you?
Yeah, the suits sent us.
Right when you say suits, he just goes, inside. Let's go inside. So he.
I thought we were inside. My bad.
He was outside at his smith at his forge.
Got it. Okay.
And he leads you inside to like the actual like shop area. He just left the forge running. There's no one else out there. It's just like this hot forge now going. He goes, all right.
You sure you don't want to take care of that? I mean,
No.
that's a fire hazard.
No, trust me. There's worse things in life than a fire hazard. How can I help you guys? And as you guys are looking around, you do see there are some very nice weapons in here.
Well, They told me you'd give us anything we wanted free of charge. So
Roll
You're
to
gonna- You can roll for persuasion, roll for deception. However, he knows what the contract is.
Yeah, Sunset would look abruptly at Kikid, like not giving away completely, but he'd be like, "That's not true," and it would catch his attention.
What's that total on that?
15.
15. He's like, yeah, that's not the deal. That's not the deal that was made.
They can't blame me for trying.
No, I can't. Like it gives you a little bit of a wink. So, let's see. No questions asked. I can get you any kind of mundane weapon you want, whatever you want. I can fix stuff that you need. Whatever you need. I can requisition some armor for you guys if you guys need armor. Just let me know. Yeah, as you look around, you can kind of see.
Go ahead.
So like in a display right in front of him, he's actually in the display right in front of him there is a sword with a very very pale blue blade on it.
It sounds pretty.
With a white hilt, and he's also got inside that same case. He has what looks to be a mug of beer, some fruits and vegetables, and such. And as you guys kind of like get close to it and touch it, it's super cold. Like, it's likely that this is like an ice-based sword, and he's also using it to keep his lunch.
That's awesome.
Clever, Mr. Albrecht.
So like that's the one that's kind of like in the main thing. Then he's got strangely he's got two in another display case. He has two looks to be like sword hilts. They're just sword hilts. One's also kind of like a very it's like got some elvish embroidery or not embroidery but like decoration. I don't know the word for it, like engraving. There we go. Some elvish engraving type stuff all over it. While the other one has more of a like an abyssal type engravings, and that one's black. But they look to be kind of the similar function. And they're just hilts. There's a trident on the wall. That's,
a trident.
But other than that, those are like the main like big like display pieces that he has out, just kind of to show off like his different means of what he's capable of doing. All these things are priced in like the thousands of gold pieces. Yeah.
How much damage does a trident do?
It's like 1d8 or 1d6 one-handed.
Yeah, it's 1d6 one-handed. It's not a whole lot. These all look to be like masterwork weapons.
So Sunset would get like super giddy.
Did you?
And ask him. Oh yeah.
Oh, go for it. Sorry.
Oh, he would just ask. What? Shoot, actually.
Two questions real
go for
quick. Is this an area of the city where there would be sensors that exist
Yes.
to detect magic? Okay. And then second question, what kind of security does it look like he has around here?
Around
kind of like standing back and just casually looking around.
Make a perception check.
Oh, great.
Let's see. It's a perception thing.
I know. I'm just being difficult. Hey, that's not terrible.
God, the math on this. Is it taking a while for like the actual result to show up on the rolls for you guys too?
Not for me.
16 is the total roll.
16. All right. I see the dice roll, but I don't see the actual total ever show up.
Gotcha.
So, the only thing that you notice that possibly is, and actually it is likely what you think it is there's an orb inside a glass case that's up above, kind of actually tucked away into the wall above by the trident.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's inside this glass case is this like multicolored, almost a rainbow, like always changing color, shifting color orb, and that is a magical sensor orb.
Gotcha.
Essentially, whenever a magical spell is cast, whatever school it is, it'll respond with a corresponding color, and then like shine super bright in the area that school of magic has been cast in that area.
Got it.
That's clever. Yeah, Sunset would just ask, "Oh my, these sword hilts. What is the deal with them? I have 14 gold pieces. I would like to buy the sword hilts. Seeing as how they do not have blades, I feel this is a fair deal."
He, the dwarf laughs and he goes, serious. This thing is actually, I actually didn't make this one. This one's actually, he pulls up the elven looking one. Because this one's actually from a ranger, elf ranger named Porte, fell in the campaign of the war. And as he holds up the hilt, he presses the button and out shoots this blade of radiance of just like pure white. You know, it's essentially like a lightsaber, but it looks like a sword.
Yeah.
What is a light?
Sorry, a photon blade.
Ah,
A laser sword?
A laser. It's a controlled beam of high density plasma
It's a hard light machete?
that vibrates at a certain frequency.
Given by a crystal that was handpicked from the one who made it.
But
all
that's
right.
built to 'em.
Calm down here, nerd.
He goes, yeah, the thing wasn't functioning, so I had to go through and kind of do some repair work on it. But 14 gold is a bit below the price range. And he actually like kind of taps the star right next to it, and it's going for 2,500 gold.
Okay, just for the elvish.
Just for the elvish one, yeah.
Okay.
Are there shelves? Is it just like one big room, or are there like shelving
There's other
units?
shelving for like mundane weapons as well
Okay.
and whatnot. It's just those are like the big set pieces that he has. There could be there's a lot more plain weaponry around as well. Likely ones that you'd assume are +1s or maybe even +2s. For the most part, though, and he goes on to explain, he's like, yeah, he just said mundane stuff for the time being. If you guys get any better, or if you guys complete their next big thing, then they might offer you some better ones later, or upgrades to your whichever ones you get. Listen, I'm just here to give you guys some high quality metal. All right.
And how'd you end up in this position exactly?
There's
Can't
a
be
lot
cheap
of
to do this.
no, it's not. No, it's not. But they're always good on the word, whether it's bad or good on your side.
Good job
And kinda
dodging the
like-
question.
Does he have any armor for sale that better than my leather armor?
Let's see, what are you currently?
I'm not gonna it's 14 because I have just leather armor has 11.
Looking for some hide armor, if you got any.
Maybe some calf armor in case we get another cat that goes for my legs.
Some light armors.
Greaves.
Just buy a towel and wrap it around your calves.
Newspaper. Calf armor. Prison shank armor.
Just pictures of snakes.
One of my cats actually cracked their tooth today, so she's missing part of her
Oh.
canine. I wonder what she did.
Did
Probably
you
try
ask
to
her?
kill something.
Well, she doesn't have vocal cords, so
Well, that's terribly sad.
She definitely tried to kill something.
Rock.
Oh, wait, no, you're answering it. Never mind.
I'll just say he does have another set of armor. It'll give you a small boost of what you could wear. Not a terribly high boost, but it'll give you a boost of a +1. It'll be studded leather armor.
Hey,
He, like,
dwarf.
Yeah, I can do this for you. I'd have to get a little bit of tailoring done to get it to fit you. It's a bit on the big side, but I can get that done for you by the end of the day. Have it sent to wherever you're lodging. Yes, Bugbear.
I'm glad this is how we're addressing each other.
You started it, not me. Don't look at me strange.
Yeah, no, yeah. So I need to stay quiet in my profession. So I'm looking for some hide armor, but if you've got something that offers better protection, but still pretty quiet. I'd be into that.
What I'd be able to afford is probably just going to be hide armor for you as well.
All right.
Let's see. So that takes care of armor for 2 of you guys. Bird person and Warforged. What you guys looking for? He's looking like he's trying to get this conversation done quickly. He doesn't want to tally too long.
Do you have any crossbows that are a little better than your garden variety? Out of curiosity.
What size are you looking for? I can get you a crossbow. What size are you looking for? Like,
I pull out my little hand crossbow and just show him, like, just a little one like this.
he looks at it because probably not much more better than what you currently have. Sorry.
Disappointing.
It looks like he's not like trying to get you guys any kind of magical gear of any kind.
Well, I just want to see it. Who says I need it right now, Alberish?
All right. Calm your tits.
I have no tits. I'm a bird, sir.
Listen, it's a matter of speeching.
He doesn't have any tits.
He also hates milk.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a sore point.
Can we not talk about this?
Let's not talk about memories or the things that come out of memories. He really hates that.
Disgusting mammal juice.
I don't have any crossbows on hand. I'm more of a blacksmith type of thing, but I have contacts. I can find a thatcher that might be able to find something for you.
Can I sell him my leather armor?
Yeah, it's at like 1/10 of the price that you buy it for.
Well, didn't he just give me studded leather armor for
Correct.
free?
So you're getting 1 gold piece.
Is studded leather what is it?
It's light armor.
Is it light? Yeah, I'll go for the same thing. How much did you say it was, Alberish?
For the studded leather.
Yeah.
It's free. It's on the house.
Okay.
Why? What? I'm sorry. It is. Sent by you know who, correct?
You can say their name. I mean,
listen. Just saying the name.
What are you afraid of? Like, what have they done to you?
Literally saying their name evokes them. I don't think you get it. Who
The
you're
suits.
dealing with. As you say that, he kind of goes. He kind of looks around. It's kind of like the he who shall not be named type thing. Yeah. It's like,
You literally just can't say the word suits. Like, what if you have to say suit of armor? Do they get pinged every single time?
Listen.
Dress suit.
I was looking at the suits at our local clothing store. Is that okay to say?
A suit of cards.
He's speaking through gritted teeth. It's fine. They understand intent, but they're not stupid. Let's get this over with.
Okay, I take the studded armor and I flick him a silver coin, and I just say, keep an eye out for a crossbow.
He goes, ooh, look, we little silver. I can, whatever.
You know what?
Puts it in his pocket. He puts it in his pocket.
I throw as hard as I can a gold piece at him.
Just out of spite.
Out of pure spite.
This is the weirdest interaction with the shop owner.
Why are you guys getting so angry with the shop owner?
Why is he so mean?
You guys are being assholes to him. He's giving you shit.
I literally gave him a silver coin that I didn't have to give him to just keep an eye out for a crossbow, and he gave me attitude for it.
It's like giving like, hey, here's a $5. Oh, is that Tim Apple? Is that Tim Cook? Hey, Tim Cook, here's $5.
I'm not asking him to do anything ridiculous. $10 to look for a.
Hey,
just keep an eye out for something. He's
Cook,
clearly a
find me an
purveyor of goods.
Keep an eye open for one of them iPhones for me.
This is iPhone Smith? Is that what
Well,
this is?
when he's in a shop selling computers and giant TVs, that's not an unreasonable question, I feel like.
I think this dwarf needs to be taken down a notch. I think me and Keek would, for once, agree on something.
I look at Garth with just
this weapons that are like equivalent of being put in like the legendary status of things, and you're like, keep an eye open for that wooden tinky crossbow for me.
Hey, sassy dwarf! I got another question.
Well, before that, he threw a gold coin at him.
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, as hard as I could.
So first you need to roll the hit.
Gotcha. What modifier am I using? Just +2?
It's an unarmed. It's an improvised weapon attack, so it's going to be just whatever your plus dexterity is.
You're
Plus
attacking him?
dexterity?
Can I
Plus
roll
dexterity, you
to
said?
point out of
Plus
the air?
dexterity without proficiency.
Gotcha. So +2?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I think that's a hit.
Damn it.
It's a natural 20.
God.
So you would just do 1 damage because you're not very strong. But now you do 2 damage.
Sunset's not going to
However-
make the shop.
However, before the coin even hits, a blast of energy shoots out from him, and he simply points at you and goes, "Hey!" And he uses his
I
reaction.
died for the coin.
You died for the coin.
I'm gonna get me up.
Take 16 points of radiant damage.
Ooh, I'm unconscious. Worth it.
Shit.
Oh,
Worth it.
So you guys just see this coin hit, and as a retaliation, it's just an automatic retribution hit from either a shell that he's wearing or something like that. This beam of radiant energy just shoots out and just plots Chica right in the forehead, and Chica just drops unconscious on the ground. But that's right. That's right. Try it again. Anyways, he already got his armor. The rest of you, he's not fatally wounded. He's just unconscious.
That was not cool, dwarf. He's kind of chuckling and checking on Cheekwit at the same time.
He's fine. He's fine. Listen, just hit him with the knife.
Yeah.
I swing him over my shoulder.
so
You can figure it out,
Sunset would look at Albrecht, and because granted, Sunset's probably not aware how silly of a ploy that was to get him to sell him one of those hilted swords. He nonetheless respects him now, so he'll say, Albrecht, I see now that you are not of low intelligence. Nice to meet you. My name is Sunset.
Nice to meet you too, Sunset. And he pulls out his he pulls out it's a dwarf, so he's raising his hand up high to shake your hand.
So yeah, I bend down. I don't realize that's kind of probably a faux pas.
Yeah, yeah.
I bend all the way down to shake his hand, so so that my head is literally at his head. And then I stand back up.
Bend at the knees to do it.
Yeah.
And you seem like you're a little upset at it, but he's like, "Oh, you want to do?" But he's holding it back. It's he gets that you are Warforged. He's also a very insightful being.
Yeah. So I'll ask him about. Do you have any armor available, such as studded leather, but perhaps better that, however, would not prevent me from being sneaky?
Let's see. Your best bet's probably going to be something similar to what the. I mean, really, what you're wearing currently in your current core is going to be just as good as whatever you got. And as he starts to move, you see he actually has a House Cannith tattoo mark, Warforged mark, kind of poking out from one of his sleeves.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So he's like, your kind of developed to already have the stronger modifications. As it is, you're kind of always peaked, if I remember correctly. Realistically, you kind of after kind of inspecting your body and such and moving around, realistically, the only thing that's gonna raise your armor quality, other than just straight up time and such, would be, well, quite simply, because which core did you take?
I didn't know if we were using the UA, so the non-UA, I just get a +1 bonus to AC all the time, and then donning armor is a whole event.
Oh,
for me.
okay, that's
But
right. I forgot about the change on that.
The UA, yeah, I mean, I'm down to go that way too. The UA is where, I am the armor, so I can do, the Darkwood core, composite plate. I would probably be composite plating to go that way, which would give me an AC of 13 plus Dex modifier plus proficiency bonus.
I'll let you decide if you want to do the UA version or not.
Okay.
Because we'll let you do the UA version still.
Yeah, I can add that in.
Okay. So I'll let you decide. Essentially,
Okay.
goes, if you just, since you're not currently in, there's if you just go through and activate your core here. That's and you'll gain the AC that not the AC, but you'll gain some more armor in that respect.
Yeah, he's just trying to chip you out of some hides. You should. Yeah, it's a good feel. Wearing dead animals. You should do it. You know, it's a slick look. He just doesn't want to give up those hides.
There's other things that you can get. Is all I'm trying to say.
Hey.
Whatever happened to that gold coin, by the way? Because I think Tyra did dive for it.
Tyra. Yeah, I'm gonna say like during that whole kerfuffle, like Tyra, you definitely got that gold coin. Like it would have, it wouldn't have even gotten like that close to him. It would have been like where that resonant shield was. It was probably about 2 feet away from the dwarf from Alberic. So it would have hit that and then bounced off like the display case and bounced on the ground just on the other side of the display case, closer to you guys. So you easily could have snatched that up, Tyra.
Thank you. Much obliged.
So then I would ask just about if he has any upgrades for swords that I can use with 2 hands. It looks like Matt. Basically, we have free access right now through the suits to common items, right?
Yeah,
more or less.
Free access to common items, more or less. There's a couple other things you guys can get through them. He goes, let's see. Meta question here. Are your swords like in scabbards, or how are they?
Yeah. Okay. Well, it would be like I imagine them more like I've got little implements on the sides of my thighs that they just fit into when I'm not using it.
So Garth is still bending over, like checking on Keequid. So a couple things, dwarf. I'll take one of those pikes over there, unless you got a halberd with the same kind of heft. Also, yeah, watch your back. Don't ever do this kind of shit. I mean, we were sitting here by the suits. They're not going to be happy getting in our way by knocking out their crew for stuff. So I'm just saying, I'll let this slide, but next time.
And granted, Cheekwood did throw something at him. So if he has magic
roll an intimidation check.
Right.
And yeah, so common weaponry, you guys can just grab, throw it into your character sheets. He'll let you guys grab kind of whatever you are. Just be aware that encumbrance does exist. So if you guys are holding onto too much crap, then
he's gonna dump his Yekla. Look, Yekla or whatever the stupid.
All right, and if you guys are going to sell back items to him, it's at 1/10 of the price, whatever you have them at currently.
Okay, yeah, I think he would try to haggle. It's like this improvised spear, and he really wouldn't go for it. He would just leave it there. It's like
and with your intimidation check of 12, he just gives you a smile like I'll be mindful, but you don't think he's really going to be mindful.
We'll see what the police have to say about this.
You're still unconscious on the ground.
I stay in my mind.
You're still unconscious. You just hear him quietly, as he's coming to. Please.
This is a song.
So Warforged is at this point extremely confused because you guys all backed me up when there was clearly a racist coercion attempt, and then now you're doing that to the shopkeep, so he doesn't know what to think.
I did no such thing.
We're not racist again. We're not being racist to the dwarf.
You guys started an issue and then chastised the dwarf
attitude
for responding to the issue.
He nearly killed one of our friends. We can't just okay,
one
cool.
of your friends attacked him, and
Warforged saw in Warforged's mind, Sunset does not see that as a.
It's called appropriate response, though. You don't pull up the shotgun and shoot somebody that flips the ketchup packet at your face.
As you guys are arguing, he's like, "Listen, I didn't know he was that weak. Maybe you guys should find someone else bigger than him."
In weakness, there is strength.
Hey.
You know. How about this?
He's got hollow bones. Okay, you can't go flinging this shit around. All right, he's got to fly. It takes. All right.
As he's kind of mimicking you and how you speak as he's doing something behind the counter, I can't fly.
This guy's a sassy bitch. Okay.
Yeah, he is. Sunset's gonna leverage the tattoo
guys insulted. What do you
Oh!
expect?
We did. We assaulted. So Sunset's gonna try and defuse. We'll see how this goes. And he's gonna say, if I may, if I might, I am naked. However, Alberic, you are of House Kenneth. What a fun thing is that? So am I, and the man you have knocked out.
You
Maybe
should know
perhaps
better.
we can put this behind us. Ha ha.
And he goes, how's this for putting it behind? And he puts he slams down a small, like, regular healing potion on there. And it looks like while he was mimicking and mocking Garth, he has inscribed potion for the little bitch.
Oh man.
He goes, there. That'll bring him back up.
So Sunset's gonna look at that and look at the dwarf and take the potion and say, "Yes, thank you. This seems
It's
fitting."
like Starbucks. It's like on the star.
Yeah.
For Lethal Beach.
So Sunset's gonna administer that to Kikid and then literally crush the bottle into tiny like glass dust, so
Okay.
that he can never know what was written on it.
All right, so Cheeky, you receive, I believe it's 2d4 plus 2.
Can we all agree that we're gonna call Cheekwood like little bird now
4, yeah.
instead of like little bitch, little bird?
Little bird. Hey, he's our little bird. Okay.
But you get
Blast him with radiant
Three
damage
health.
with us.
3
Isn't
health.
that what Katniss called Rue?
I have no idea.
Those movies are.
so
Weird memory. I actually read the books, which I never get to say.
So I'm assuming I just like open my eyes and see Sunset crouching over me.
crouching over you. He's put a bottle to the side of your beak, and then he pulls out to the side, and then he breaks the bottle. And like,
Yeah,
Garth
you-
is
you'd be
still
like,
crouching over
oh.
you too. Yeah. It's
What
Yeah,
happened?
Like,
Where's
My-
that door, bitch?
my dear Kikid, we are still in his shop. I recommend that we leave.
That is
Particularly
a
you.
shitty healing potion that you gave him too. He only healed 3.
Is
Three.
it 1d4 or is it 2d4?
It's 2d4 plus 4.
Oh, it's 2d4 plus 4. Okay, hold on.
I just thought you did that intentionally because
I thought a regular healing potion was just 1d4.
A
Maybe
little bitch
Sunset-
potion for the little
maybe
bitch.
or it's 1d4 plus 4. Let me see.
Usually they do have a plus number. I think all of them, right?
Yeah, but I rolled a 2 plus 1.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, maybe Sunset put it in his ear and not his mouth.
Just poured it on my eyes.
I am not a medic unit, that's for sure.
It's 2d4 plus 2. So let me reroll that.
Okay,
So you got 8 points, not 3. You got 8 points of healing.
gotcha.
So
Yeah,
I
you're
would be
healing.
like lightly like smacking your face until you come to. Maybe even like a little longer.
Don't break my beak. Don't.
Oh, hello, Kikid.
Kikid, you do have like a small little like burn mark on the side of your beak going up to the side of your eye. Like it's not enough to leave a scar.
I wouldn't know that yet, right?
No, you wouldn't. But like everyone else would see like this strange kind of like spider web scar. Like you could easily it buffs out, but
That will buff right out.
What will?
Oh, the look on your face. Haha.
I'm just standing over
here.
there in the corner,
Or
kind of
here.
grinning.
Just right here.
So Sunset's gonna look back at Albrecht and say, so kind of you to help our friend here. Keep an eye out, please, for a longbow or some better swords to replace these. And he would kind of put his hands on his hips, and that's all. Sunset's like out, like we need to leave before someone else gets hurt.
all right. So for expediency's sake, Sunset, by tonight, you guys will have all your stuff shipped to you by the end of the night tonight. Whenever you guys are going to start, kind of looking into stealing from the next day. So when we pick up next session, you guys will begin the theft of the architectural plans. We'll roll some dice to see how well some stakeouts went. If it's a low, basically be a D100. If it's low, then we'll roll a D4, and to see how many days it actually took for you guys to get like a proper, comfortable stakeout of that location. And we'll basically do some dice rolls at the beginning, and then the majority of the session will be the infiltration and grabbing of those architectural plans. In between then, though, if you guys want to, you guys can add common items, basically kind of common armor and common weaponry to your guys' kit. Whatever you guys are kind of looking for to kind of finalize your equipment. You could also get one additional one of any item that you can look to resell. But if you're going to try to resell, basically you're like taking advantage of them, like going like, yeah, give me that plate armor. If you're going to resell it, there'll have to be a series of rolls to see how well you can get away with selling it without.
Wait, plate armor would be considered like mundane in this case?
Yes, it would be considered mundane in this case.
Yeah, because that shit sells for a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, there's still going to be. So general resell is 1/10 the price. So you guys trying to haggle and trying to get away with selling this as part of those rolls, essentially. We could do those either offline rolls or however you guys want to do that part. So
Antimatter rifles are also common. Just saying.
antimatter rifles currently do not exist in this.
I'm just looking through stuff is all.
What about guns? Are there guns in this world?
Kind of, but they wouldn't be something that he would have access to give you.
Okay.
No
So, like,
blunderbuss.
Blunderbuss, no, like those kind of things. They technically do exist in this world. However, he would not have access to them. It's very much in how cool you were saying. Like at least right now, guns do exist, but like only certain people have them, and it's still kind of a experimental phase. Some people are experimenting with trying to make it so they can shoot a lot with like putting elementals inside guns and barrels, and some are actually just doing the chemical way. They're trying to basically some halflings and gnomes are trying to figure out a cool way to do this. So
yeah, it's salt marsh are straight up illegal, but like yeah, they do exist. But cool. Yeah, and Garth would have just totally left with a halberd, just grabbed it off the rack and walked out.
Yeah, all the mundane items, like you guys are more than welcome to just basically pull off the rack there. Last thing, Sunset, because you were Sunset and Tyra. Tyra, you get a potion of healing as well. He sends to you because you weren't a jerk to him.
It's nice.
I didn't start off being a jerk. I'd like to point that out. He was an asshole to me first.
Yeah. We walked in and there was a lot of prickle.
Nope, not going there. So
Yep.
Tyra gets a potion of healing. Sunset, you get a oil of sharpness. That'll give you it's temporary. It lasts for 24 hours on your blades, but it'll give you a +1 to attacks and damage. Basically, it's a temporary magical weapon without actual making it magical.
Okay, and then how long does it take? Can I apply that fairly quickly, or would I need to like?
Yeah, you
prep
can.
that pre-combat?
It takes a minute to apply.
A minute. Okay.
So, but then it'll last for a full day before it wears off.
Okay, so best to use it when I suspect we're about to get into some shit instead of like.
And one bottle will cover both of your swords. So.
Short swords, cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Basically, both 2 short swords, 1 long sword. You can technically put it on your arrows to make them +1 arrows if you want to.
Interesting.
And that would be 20 arrows. But like I said, it'll only be for the day. So just something to be aware of.
Cool.
And all he was saying was he's scared to death of the suits, and he wish you guys didn't invoke their name while he was there.
And then when I gave him a silver piece, out of the kindness of my heart, to just have him look out for just a crossbow, this man has the gall to give me attitude about free money.
Yeah, there's some gall with this guy.
He had the pride. All right, it wasn't the gall. He had the pride. You insulted his pride. You were going. This is like, you're like.
It's like having sex with a girl and then trying to leave money on the side table.
No, it's worse than that. It's like, okay, hey, you know what? I have a great idea for an app. I'll give you $5 for this idea. You do that for me.
How?
It's like tipping in New Zealand, where servers are actually like a very common and like they make decent money. So you tipping says, either says A, I think your job sucks, or B, because you like here you must need money.
You must be homeless.
I'm with Keekwit on this. That dwarf was a dick.
I view it more as like we're
You're not
getting this
wrong.
stuff for free.
You're not wrong. He's a dick. All right. He lives in Upper Sharn. Right. He's a dwarf living in Upper Sharn who is a master blacksmith. And you were like, I bet 5 silver will impress him enough for him to point me on the way of a hand axe.
He had already offered. I just figured, hey, he's literally already going out to give us stuff. Why not show the goodwill to say, hey, I'm willing to give up a portion of my petty sum of money.
Little lunch money to you know, I mean, like, no. Well, I love it because this is like the cultural like grinding of gears that we would run into because we're like lower class coming up here and like stepping on toes.
Speak for yourself.
No, the only reason why he's speaking to Cheekid and Sunset and you is because you guys invoked the name of the suits. It's like meta-wise, you guys saying the suits sent us was what you guys needed to do. It's just
Yeah, that was smart.
Cheekid, you receive a hand crossbow very similar to the one you currently have, but it says "Lil Bitch" on the side.
I wear it with pride. A little bitch.
It's LIL apostrophe bitch.
Yep.
Did it look like he like spent a lot of time with the engraving? Like it's like line craftsman.
The engraving is elaborate.
No, straight up. I wear this with pride. It'll be the crossbow I use to kill him.
Oh shit! We're totally killing this dwarf.
I'm just kidding.
Garth and Keequin have like bonded over this mutual hatred of this dwarf.
Yeah, and Sunset at this point is completely perplexed when you guys wouldn't let him kill what ended up being a monster, and yet are now conspiring to kill the man who's supplying us with weapons and armor.
For free.
I never ran into her.
With free delivery.
Per recommendation of our powerful employers.
Did
You know,
Garth get
if that old
anything
lady
cool?
had been an asshole to me, I might have been down with killing her.
So Garth was really pissed about that. He wanted to get something cool. Everyone else got cool gifts. He didn't get shit.
As soon as I get it, I go and show Garth. I'm like, dude, check this out.
You got a cool.
Lucky. You got like a cool engraving.
The only reason why she could go at you guys is the dwarf is being super spiteful.
Garth is like, look at these sleeves. You didn't even make these sleeves long enough. It's like short, like high water to the arm. Totally, it's like a it's like a short sleeve like hide armor.
Yeah, it's enough to still be considered hide armor, but it's almost like more like a hide shirt.
He was like, look how long my arms are, like trying to make a point. He's like, yeah, and he totally didn't take any of the measurements.
I don't give a shit how long your arms are.
I've made armor before. I know how to do it.
Like totally rips it at some point. Like, God, what did I just need some room to breathe in this thing. It's just.
You say the engraving read "Lil Bitch." That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, perfect. I'm just making a custom item real quick.
During your inspection, you actually feel it, and there is a very minor magical enchantment that makes it permanent.
Oh, sweet. No joke. I love it.
This dude spent all night doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The rest of the gear is easy to get. You know? He has hide armor, but he spent the rest of the day making that hand crossbow.
So that night, Garth is going to like take his one remaining cat that has been thought out and he's going to try as he can to somehow sneak it into the bed of the dwarf.
All right, we'll do that. We'll do that.
Yeah, that's going to take some roll. He's going to do something along those lines because he did not get a special gift. And
Alrighty, all right. Well, thank you guys. Sorry we went over later than expected. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here.